for like a couple hours tonight, and you have to reprocess, but some of the credit cards won't even go through because then they think it's like fraud. Yeah. So, yeah, this one client had over 5,000 orders. Luckily, most of them processed except maybe like 100 of them, but it was kind of a pain in the butt. Um, so I can't imagine like, and that's a small business. They're a small business, yeah, with 5,000 orders in like a period of like 48 hours, and they all got yeah, but imagine Whatnot, imagine all these companies that use AWS. So it makes you think as a seller, it makes you think how much we rely on Whatnot for, right? So it's a good time to rethink. I love Whatnot, I love being on here, but also have a backup plan, you know. They can't. They can. It's in the contract. Yeah, it's literally in the contract. It's also in the Whatnot terms. If you guys don't read it, it even says something in there along the lines of with technical stuff. I was reading it tonight because I was very interested in two of the live streaming apps and what their terms and conditions were, and they're very similar. Yeah, so you can't sue them. It's not a fault of their own. It's not Whatnot's fault, but nobody here like for loss of income, they couldn't sue them anyhow. And nobody could sue Amazon. It's built in the contract. These people are very smart. They have lawyers. And they have to do everything they can to protect their own assets from folks that would want to, almost every company would be like that. Your cell phone company, Apple, every time you log in and update your app, you agree to the terms of service, right? So it's also in there and nobody reads that. Yep. Yeah, you got to always have more than one venue. It makes you think. So I made some decisions today for myself that if I do go down, like I have a couple of places I could go live instantly and sell stuff, but I also could go on YouTube and just continue chatting. Yeah, so maybe they give a credit on different, but as far as that isn't your income, you're paying into it, so it's kind of a different kind of thing. You're paying for a service. But like, I mean, the fact that Amazon controls 30% of the market worldwide, it's kind of frightening. So, they couldn't even ship. Their order site went completely down. It actually was still down, so none of their trucks were on the road today. Yeah, right, Michelle? It did, me too. I actually made some business decisions today over it. Yeah, so I didn't see one Amazon truck on the road. I had a couple of orders. I hadn't ordered them, just that thing, and I needed to order like these two parts. And they actually didn't ship. They won't be here for two more days because of it had a major delay. I know that's convenience. We get spoiled that way. But anyway, it's all up and running, thankfully. Um, and I think it was on and off working. I think tonight it's working okay, but it definitely, you know, just like anything, it just shows how much you rely or you're maybe addicted to any kind of like app, right? I know people are saying like Snapchat. I know Canva was down because I was trying to do some work. And so I just ended up doing like using like Photoshop, but that wasn't affected at all. What's up, Amelia? How are you doing? Yeah, no, Canva was down the whole day. Well, all my stuff is back. All my followers are back. I didn't lose anything, so it was probably just temporary, Tina. Yeah, it's probably temporary. And if it's gone, she should probably contact Whatnot. I'm doing okay, thank you. You were thinking about how you trust. Oh, that we might not know the time. I mean, time is just borrowed, so it doesn't matter, right? We just know that, okay, it gets daylight about this time and it gets dark about this time of year and this time of year. So I don't know. I know that time goes by so fast. Jewel Ramey, is that your name? I love your pick. Double fisting. What's up, Razor? How you doing? Yeah, so I don't know. It's last time was fun though, hanging out on YouTube, that's for sure. It was interesting to me how on Whatnot I was multicasting. Whatnot was down, and the app was doing this weird thing where it like pulsated. It was trying to connect, then it just didn't connect. Desktop worked a little bit, then it disconnected. But the fact that the multicasting was pushed, it must have, I don't know, it must have just been because it was, I don't know. I don't know how it continued to stay on. Maybe the multicasting just takes over, but it's very interesting. Yeah, well, on the 15th, they did like a system update. I don't know exactly what Whatnot did, and I don't know if it was AWS who had the update, but I think they were down for a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half. I don't really know. I went to bed. I was like 2. What's up, Molly? How you doing? Hey, Veeps. Um, oh my gosh. Are you really? That's wild. Dang. That's good. Did you get rid of the buttons? Hey, that's rad. As in like rocks. What's up, YouTube? How are you guys doing over there? You guys were pretty wild last night. They were pretty wild last night. You still have a ton of buttons? Those are great. You could almost like put those, you literally could put those in your buy it now and you would sell them all day long. But it's a lot of work to list, but it's worth it because there's some money ones in there. You should. Oh, YouTube changed their whole thing too. What's up, YouTube? I see you guys. The truth toll. Oh no, what's up? Or is that troll? That's troll. Troll. What's up, Wyatt? How you doing? Yeah, you should, Michelle. I'm just waiting to see if it crashes. I ran some flash deals, so I'm gonna probably run a few more. You know, the only thing I see I don't like is you can't see the number of items in your buy it now. Yeah, I have a ton, and I was trying to like see them, but it doesn't really show. I put it like a blue light on here because I wanted like a different kind of vibe. You guys like it? Yo, the truth troll, turkey. Did everybody have a good day? Anybody do anything? It was so beautiful today. I did manage to take a nap. Yeah, I took a really nice nap. But I could have taken a longer one, but kids, they need a ride home from school. All right, I'm gonna run some flash deals when we chat. My plan was to do some Doorables, rip, ship, or trade. You couldn't print till 1 p.m. That's when I took my nap because Whatnot was down. But you know what was a trip is Green 13 was on, and he had like 350 people in his stream. He was the only one that was able to do it. And then I was scrolling through the app, and like a couple other people were able to do it. Your coworker got let go, so great day for you. Oh, corporate goth, good to hear it. Congratulations. Let's celebrate our friend Michelle's deal. She got 25K yesterday. That's awesome. That is great. Yay, exactly. Today everybody had 0 followers. Everybody freaks out though about it because they think, "Oh no," because they were updating the system crash. And yeah, they're gone. It happens. It's not the first time where Whatnot had a glitch like that. And then they usually get them back within a couple hours. Yeah, they're usually pretty good about that. So like I said, I'm gonna run some flash sales while we talk. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on tonight. Maybe a little while. Whoa, that was the weirdest glitch. There's still so many glitches. I was saying last night, wow, wouldn't that be cool? Like, because I stream to YouTube, some people do also on here. I said it would be so cool if, because I know some other apps do this, is the chat from YouTube could come into Whatnot, but the people on YouTube could like literally bid on the item on Whatnot. Like there was some kind of plugin that worked in the app. That would be so awesome. Like they get approved, but it's like an instant plugin, and then they could bid on auctions what you guys are bidding. That's going to be the future. Yep. Where do I find the energy to go live daily? You know what? Corporate goth, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm going through some things, so I'm just showing up. Yeah. You missed that with StreamYard? Oh, because you could do that? I mean, like bid on the auction. StreamYard can't do that. The chat can't come. Oh, you mean it comes into StreamYard altogether? The chats can't bid, yeah. But they could chat, right? What's up, Britt? How you doing? Accountability, what's that? Oh, I got a good answer for that, but I better behave. Yo, yo, yo. How are you doing? Yeah, just showing up every day. I don't really know corporate goth. I'm an all or nothing kind of person. Yeah, I'm an all or nothing kind of person. So like I could cut someone right out of my life and I could be all up about them. And I've been doing a lot of cutting lately. Yeah. So it's like you're hella nothing. It's okay. We each have our own thing, right? But that's one of my strengths is I'm an all or nothing. Like that's just how I work. But I've also learned in the last several years, like, yeah, you identify with that one. That I don't have to, I just show up and be me. And also people get different versions of me because I'm on a different path. I'm at a different path now. Yeah, you know what? Is that love LVB? I can't even see right now. Hold on, let me see. I gotta read your name. LVB Thrift. Okay. You know what? Because I need to get new glasses, so the letters kind of go together a little bit for me. Yeah. You cut people all the time. Yeah. Sometimes you do it for yourself and sometimes you do it for them. Yeah, it's sometimes at first like for me it used to be like 10 years ago at least. Super hard for that. I felt super guilty. But now I really don't care. Like I don't feel bad about nothing. Yep. I feel kind of happy that I do that because I tell myself, why did I wait so long? Why did I wait so long to get rid of that toxic whatever person? They don't deserve to have me as a friend. Yeah. So you don't. And it's like such a great feeling. It's also a lot of freedom of it, you know? You never used to stick up for me. Now I do. And people don't. Yeah. Isn't that funny? When you do speak up or stand up, people don't like that. I learned that the people that would ask me to do stuff like all the time, when I just stopped answering about it or just ignored them, I don't hear from them. Or when I said no. Yeah, no, I'm not. And I wouldn't explain. It was just a lot of like, oh, well, I really need you to do this for me. I'm like, no, sorry. I'm unavailable for that. I'm busy. I actually would say I'm busy. And then one day I finally just said, I'm not going to be doing those kind of things. I'm going to be charging you what I charge my clients because it's my time. And I haven't heard from a few of them. So it just tells you they just wanted to, you know, I don't know if I could say take advantage, just try to get something free, basically. And been a giver, right? Like, are you a people pleaser? Yeah. When I learned that I was like, oh, fuck that. No. Yeah, no, thank you. That was the best feeling ever. Like, I pretty much cut everyone off. It's hard to say no because we're taught like that you got to do everything, make everybody happy. No, you don't. No, you don't. We're taught wrong. Yeah. I even teach my kids that when they're young so they can learn that so they don't have that issue with being people pleasers because I think it's like a terrible, terrible thing. Folks either love me or hate me. But you know what? Who cares? It's none of your business what they think of you anyhow. You try to please, but it was out of fear. Now I just don't care. Yeah. Same. Same that yeah, people pleasing is a crazy thing until when you realize what it is, you're like, whoa. Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing actually. And then when you learn that it's okay to say no and no is a complete sentence, you like feel pretty empowered and you're like, okay, I'm waiting for someone to ask me. No, thanks. Yeah. Like one of the things I used to do is like I'll take free portraits for some of my friends. And, I had one person always asking me, and I never expected anything, but like, always crying, didn't have money. So I said, okay, I'd like to take your pictures. And I noticed like her paying other photographers and not me. And I was like, I think I'm going to start So I did it like a few times, 4 or 5 times. And so then I said to her, I'm going to have to start charging you for my time, my photos, because I'm getting kind of busy now. Oh, you are? Yeah. Oh, we can't afford that. I said, well, you've been paying my friend Amy. She's another photographer, but she would do a different kind. I'm like, she charges more than me, and I charge a lot. Anyway, so same thing. Bye. Getting toxic people out of my life was the best thing I've ever done ever. Oh, that's good, Kingdom Thrifter. Yeah, it is easy to get taken advantage of. Yeah. I didn't really know that I was. I just thought I was really interested in like helping out. And then when I realized there was like a root cause why I would get involved and help and volunteer my time was because I was a people pleaser. And I went, I quit everything. I did. It was like a wake up call. And I completely changed. Yeah. Well, you know what? Whatever your situation is, it's none of their business. I literally have so many people that would do the same thing. Yep. Can you design a logo for me for free for my company? No, but I don't have a lot of money. Okay, that's not my problem. Figure out a way to pay for it. Yeah, stop drinking Starbucks every day. You know, you ran out of fucks a long time ago and don't plan on getting another shipment. Exactly. Yeah. But doesn't mean if you don't care, you cut people off. Doesn't mean you're like a bitch or you're cold-hearted. It just means that you've finally like loved yourself first. Yeah. Sounds like you got a problem. Yeah. So yeah, sounds like you a problem. Oh my gosh, she was really upset. But you know what's funny is about a year later, my friend, the other photographer, is like, "Oh yeah, she was asking me to lower my price." And she goes, I told her, I'm actually raising my price, so if you want portraits, this is what it's going to be. You know what? She paid it. And she is like, I'm expensive for my one portraits, but my other friend Amy was way more expensive, like, cause she's just a different type of photographer. Like, I couldn't believe she was even paying her. I was shocked. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, it's none of your business what people think of you. It's none of your business what other people think of you. Opinions of others is none of your business. I've been teaching my kids that since they were little. Yeah. It's very important to teach the kids that. Yeah. What do you think about? I don't. What's up, Kiwi? How you doing? Yeah. You still care, but it's like, yeah, exactly. Some of the people that care the most, like there's a lot of people that care that have big hearts, but are people that literally will say no. Yeah. At least I found it. The ones that care too much that, they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that no more. Yeah, so I don't know. It it's you learn, I think the older you get, the more you don't really give a shit about certain things. Yeah, I mean, you care about things that are important that matter to you. They could be the littlest thing to the biggest thing. But for you or for me or for the next person, they're all different. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, like all the things that we, worry about, stress about, at the end of your life, it does not matter. It does not matter. You know what matters the most, actually, is your relationships with like your kids, your family. That's what matters the most. And who's really there for you at the very, very end. You did? Okay, I can run it. You can't do everything, and I'm nobody's hero. I'm good most of the time and help when it feels right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you put yourself first. A lot of times we don't put ourselves first. We put other people, and then we're burnt out. Yeah, I can run it right now. Let me see. Let me grab the card because I want to make sure I'm on the right number, number 54. And I'll turn my light to white. Yeah, I've been buying them like crazy. I think I have like 82. I have a lot. I just don't know what number I'm on. I have to kind of look. But I always like to have these talks just in case someone needs to hear something positive and, just in case somebody's struggling. Oh, I'm on number 50, 54. I'll run it. Thank you. You got Leslie's? Her card is so good. Yeah, her card is really good. Let me do 10 seconds. So these are cards that ThriftWorks made. There's a whole bunch of them now. A lot of people have them. I have 3 cards now. So I'm going to go ahead and run this as card number 5. Thank you for your bid. Yeah, and I can run a couple more. Yeah, they're just so much fun. They're great marketing tool, great conversation piece. Baby Huey, thank you for your purchase, your first purchase. What's up? Thank you, thank you. I was looking for my goat. Hold on. I know. Yeah, so on the back of it, I'll show you. The back of it has like the ThriftWorks. Um, oh, the other one's, I'll pull the other one out too. I gotta see what number it is. I think it is 35. Yeah, so that QR code will take you to the website and it's a checklist. It'll show you all the sellers that have the cards. And I think he's up to like number 200. I'm not sure. Is that card 35? Okay, good. Okay, that one's coming to you. No goat sound. I don't know. Do you guys hear the goat sound? Hey, Naked Maple, what's up? And then what I did is I numbered them. So like this card has 75. I made a mistake because it's 50 of them only, but somehow there was an overrun. But on the new ones, I'm only going to have the thing. Yeah, no, I'm saying I think he has 200. I don't know for sure. So apparently I only have these 2 in there tonight. I have a bunch. They're all in like top loaders. So the way this works is because these are at 10, they should bundle together so I could put them in like Grand Advantage in a box, but if they don't, they get shipped in a PWE. But if you get something else to push the weight over, it should bundle them. Sometimes it doesn't. It's so weird. Yeah, but they'll be packaged good either way. Whoever gets this. Okay, I'm gonna run this one, and this one has a pre-bid on it. Oh, Sean, yeah, he didn't get that one. 176. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, because he was live because he tagged me. It was crazy. I know. Thank you, Sean. That's going to Sean. S Fish. I'll put that aside. Those are all numbered and ready to go. And then I have a third one, but I didn't even enter it. The third one is my favorite. Hold on, let me unpin this. Oh, there's another one for number 36. So I'm going to go ahead and run. I have this one for number 36. Hold on, I'll run it and then I'll show the one. Oh, I'm almost out of the other ones. You had nothing to distract you at work today? Okay, I think there's a pre-bid also on this one, so that's number 36. It's the actual inventory item says 35 because I don't want to edit it. I just want to make sure. Okay, I'm running this one's number 36 out of 75. So about halfway there now. And that one, okay, I'm going to change the number so I have it. It just shows a pre-bid, that's why, but I think it remembers from the old one. Yeah, so the outage was pretty crazy. We talked about it a little bit when I started. Yeah. So, I welcome in friends. A lot of new people on the whatnot. You gonna tell us about your name, Kiwi? Yeah, it's like killing me smalls, right? But Kiwi. Kiwi and me smalls. Yeah, you're killing me smalls. That's what it is. Yeah, it's a playoff killing. Yeah, exactly. I love it. So I just call them, I call you Kiwi, but a lot of people call you Smalls. I ran a bunch of flash sales. Oh, you guys, if you want to bookmark when I go live, because I had an accident and I accidentally deleted like 100 items, so I had to re-enter them all. You say that all the time. If you want to get alerted when I go live, bookmark this listing down here. Yeah. Anyway, if you buy something from me, you actually get access to a replay of the stream. So if you happen to buy something when I'm doing my chat shows, like Coffee Talk, and you're like, man, I really enjoyed that chat. I'd love to hear it again. Because eventually none of my YouTubes are going to be on the live tab anymore. They're going to be like in a membership group thing. Yeah, hold on. I want to look and see if but you can only replay them here on Whatnot for up to 60 days, not guaranteed, but up to 60 days. And so I just want to let you know that. As a reminder, I wanted to say thanks. Thanks for being here. I know it's I'm checking your order actually to see what it decided to do with the bundling. Oh, actually it didn't. They're both first class mail. I forgot it was two different buyers. Hey, I'm glad to be here. So I've been going live, you guys. We can talk tonight. I'll run flash sales. I'll do some doorables in a little bit here. I've been going live, like I said, for over 500 days on Whatnot in a row. 506 to be exact. And I just kept showing up for me. And you guys came for me. So I appreciate that too. It's really weird to go live every day. There are some days that were super hard, like almost impossible, actually, like extremely impossible. To go live. Yeah, especially when my mom was sick and she passed away, I still went live. Because I was just like already committed to doing the 1,000 days, so I really should finish it. Yeah. And what's up, I Love Discounts? How are you? Yeah, so I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going and do it. Obviously, lately I've been having more chat shows than selling shows, but that's okay. I gotta go through what I gotta go through right now. Yeah, and it's not easy, but I'm doing it. And I was telling my mom about it, and she's like, well, you should finish that because she knew I was doing the 365, but she didn't know I was going to do 1,000 days. She said, that's a lot of days. Yeah, because she used to kind of watch sometimes on here. Hey, JJ, how you doing? I know it's great, but the time goes really quick, and I've held myself completely accountable. I'm not checking in with anybody. I mean, you guys see me here every day. Every now and then I do a really short stream just because I need a break. I need to rest. And that's okay. That's part of my deal is um the 365 though, it was one show per day, no raid trains. And for the rest of the year, I'm not doing any raid trains per se. Yeah, I'm taking a break from those too. But I am doing the Happy Habits Challenge. I think it off the top of my head, I think it starts November 2nd or 3rd. I know. Yeah, I heard about Griff's mom. That's it. What do you mean, why? Why I'm not doing raid trains? Is that the question? Sorry, because I was on to, because I don't want to, and because I can say no. Yeah, I'm just not doing them. I'm already going live each day, and I'm already committed to doing this. It's just one more thing that I feel like it's just too draining for me right now. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but Griff's mom's so sad. Mama Griff was so nice. Yeah, I just can't do it. And I've been asked, and my friends understand. If they don't, then they're probably not a friend. It's just extremely hard. Yep. And my time, I'm spending a little bit differently these days. But I'll be back. I'm not gonna like say no. They're not, I don't feel like they're pressure for me. I just feel like if I don't have the inventory, then I gotta maybe source for it. And I don't really feel like, so I guess you could say it feels like it's not really pressure to me. I don't. I like those 10-minute ones though. Yeah, so it's kind of like, all right, I'm already committed to this. I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to have to go source for a raid train. I passed on a bunch of fun ones too, like Halloween costume ones that I absolutely normally love. Yeah. Raid trains are a lot of fun. I just feel like I just can't do them right now. Yeah. It seems like a lot of work for just a few minutes. Yeah, and then some trains have all these rules. They want to give you $20 away or $10 or whatever and run the item for $1 or do free shipping. That's a lot. That's a lot to expect. Yeah. I like the real quick and easy ones too. Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think you should source for it. But I have gotten some recently and I'm like, yeah, just mentally, I just don't want to do them. Doesn't mean anything against any one person. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna choose not to. I mean, I didn't even have to explain any of that, but I did. Yeah, you guys like raid trains, huh? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm taking care of what I need to take care of right now, and I'll be okay. I do love raid trains though. They're a lot of fun. They're a great way to connect. A lot of people are stopping them too. Yeah, some of my friends I've talked to about it, and they're like, "I'm just not doing raid trains either." No real reason, just they're done with it. They're at a different level in their business. And the time it takes. Also, a lot of the times where I'd get a slot, also most of the raid trains I would say that I got asked to be in, the conductors are in the East Coast. So when they're on the East Coast, it makes it hard. It's like a 3-hour time change. And to do a 10-minute slot in the middle of the day, it usually ends up being in the evening because they start at like 6 p.m. It doesn't work for me because that's like the time I'm busiest. Well, it doesn't matter if the other sellers don't like it. It's none of their business. I think it's great. I think it's great for the community. It creates a lot of fun. It'd be like the other, if this other sellers are tired of it, what about the other sellers that are just doing sponsored giveaway shows all day long for like 12 hours at a time? I'm sure a lot of sellers don't like those shows, you know? But I haven't heard that in a long time. Just like when I started doing a chat show, a lot of the other sellers don't like that. But I don't care. But they're doing them now. Yeah, it is great for new sellers to get their feet wet. Just find another show. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've been on here 3 years, and I remember when we all started doing chat shows because there really wasn't any. And you know what? A lot of the sellers didn't like it. And guess what? Now they're all doing chat shows. Oh, yeah. You took a break from trains? Yeah, it is. It's fun and exciting to meet new people, buyers and other sellers. Yeah. But I understand that how other sellers are. Well, that's okay. If a chat show is not for you, then don't. The thing is with Whatnot is it's so social now that, it's become a thing. There's a community category for that. But I mean, I can have a chat show in estate sales because I'm always selling something. I'm always running a flash deal. I made some sales. So I asked Whatnot actually, do I need to move my show? And they said, no, do your chat show in the category you sell in. That's fine. Because as long as you've got your bin full, it's a sales show. Yeah. Oh yeah, the payments are going late. There it goes. I have been known to talk about vegetables for 2 hours. Yeah. I mean, I have. Oh, you get a few haters? Fuck it. Who cares? People that don't understand something are always going to hate until they do the work. Maybe they're going to understand, maybe have a little empathy, but until they actually deal with it, they're not going to understand it. And if I have a hater, I have a hater. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Nobody can do anything bad to me at this point. I've already had the worst thing happen to me, so, or at least one of the worst things. So as far as being a hater, yeah, and I'm not here to please everybody. You have to learn that. You have to learn that. Um, until you can learn it, you're gonna keep letting it bug you, I guess. What's up, Joanna? How you doing? Because you have opinions. How about that? Yeah, I don't. I'm pretty middle of the road, but like lately, I really like some things I'm just like, yeah, it's just not worth the battle. That you're proven right in the end. Yeah. Why is my screen so bright? I know you survived. We need t-shirts. I survived the whatnot outage of 2025. We did last night. We were cracking up. I got some messages from a couple people that were hanging out on YouTube last night. It was really funny. We had fun over there. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, I bet I love discounts. It was bizarre. I was talking and then all of a sudden I noticed the number. I had like, I got a couple of raids and then the number was like 40 or 50. And then when I looked on my phone, it said three. And I was like, what the heck happened? And I'm looking and everybody can hear me talking. And they went to YouTube because they know I have a YouTube channel that I multicast. And then we just took it over there. And then whatnot wouldn't work at all. So then I shared my screen and then I showed like the status page. What's up, Peacock? How you doing? I showed the status page and it was showing like the major outages. And then we kind of just bullshit for a little bit over there. It was fun. And yeah, Kayla's collections was cracking up and she messaged me, oh my OMG, we survived the 2025 whatnot abduction from aliens. Oh man. You're good? How was your show? Good morning, Nick. How you doing? Hey, sports fan. What's up, friends? Welcome in. Yeah, I was dying. I go, we need t-shirts. That would be pretty funny. Yeah. It was pretty cool actually, but it was like, you need to make some kind of backup plan in case it goes down. Multicasting is pretty cool actually. Not everybody wants to be on YouTube though. But I was glad that I do multicast because then, we could go over there and chat. And then I stayed on until 2 in the morning, but my stream wouldn't turn on. I couldn't get it to turn off. Then I finally turned it off because whatnot wasn't operating. Starboy, did you change your name? That's a big name. Yeah, same name on YouTube, D_archivist. And then if you subscribe when I multicast and I go live, you get an alert faster than on whatnot. Because if you have a lot of followers, you probably turn the alerts off. You have to, okay, so on YouTube, if you want to multicast, you have to have 50 subscribers. Okay. And then if you don't, you can go on youtube.com and be logged in your account. And then there's a button to go live. Click on that and it prompts you through some stuff. If you have like a really old YouTube account, like a couple years old, mine was from 2020. So in 2023, I requested to go live when I had like 30 subscribers and they approved me. I think I had 20. Yeah. So it worked out fine. Yeah, try that out and see. Because it has worked for a few people that I've told. And then if you want to do it to Facebook, you have to have an account that's over 60 days. And then you could also do Twitch, and Twitch is instant. I think it's instant. I already had a Twitch account, but I don't do very much over there. It worked out well. You spilled gas all over your leg, filling up. Oh no. Oh no. You won a bid seconds before the outage. How long was it off? Oh, I feel like on and off it was like, I don't know, like 12 hours. You want to start reading books on YouTube? Well, if they're published, you can't. That's a copyright infringement. You cannot read someone else's work. It's like playing a movie or music. Yeah, it covers under the same bracket because I thought about it too. They changed their live policy. What is it now? And you can't really do it from Whatnot. You got to get like a third party multicasting piece of software and pay for it to do Instagram. I wish that we could do Instagram. That would be incredible. What's up, Mountain State? How you doing? You have to have 1K followers for to go live there now? Oh wow. That's kind of good though, you know? People get accounts and do some crazy stuff and go live. I think Whatnot should do that too. I think they should do it where you have to have like, you know, I don't know, maybe X amount of sales before you could like do certain features on the app, like unlock them. Because there's too many new people that get approved and then they're doing some weird stuff on the stream. What's up, Bree? How are you doing? I did. Thank you. I had I don't remember the weekend. It was nice. Yeah. Didn't do anything special. Just spent it with my family. What's up, B cells? How you doing? Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't know that LVB thrift to read books on YouTube, you technically have to get permission from the publisher or the author. I didn't know that because somebody told me recently, because I've been offered to like get paid to read audiobooks, and I didn't know, so started doing some research, which it basically was calling my friend who's an attorney, and she said, "Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll get sued." Yeah, you can't. You need permission. I was like, "Oh, really?" But you could read books that are like, public domain, but yeah, people do it, I know, but most of the people that do it use the computer or they read like the back of the book or something. Yeah. I mean, you don't create the work, so you don't own it. You don't own the right to it. Yeah. I had no clue, to be honest. I know there's no smut reading for you, Maple. No, you're out. Especially YouTube because they have software. The software scans in seconds. I used what's up, Millicent? How you doing? I used YouTube's music when I was doing a live stream and it was royalty free in their library. I didn't have to tag the author or nothing. And it said I couldn't be monetized for the 4 videos. And I can't take them out. If I take them out, it like messes it up. I mean, I'm not going to get rich off that video. But it was one of my good chat shows too. And I was like, I'm not going to use their music anymore. So I found a local composer and he's going to make me some music, my own. And it's not that expensive. He's actually a friend of a friend. Yeah, I kind of told him what I wanted. And so we'll see. We'll see. He's going to give me, he's giving me like 4 songs. Yeah. You can make your own music. That's awesome. Yeah, because music, it's like, you could get sued for using it. And I'd rather not have that issue. You don't like music on stream, it never sounds right. Yeah. You can hum for free. That's right. Hey, you could I got a like not a strike, but like a notice on something, a rap song that I kind of rapped in a raid train, and I got a thing on that. And I'm like, it's me. It's not even, but it's copyright material. Isn't that weird? I fought it and they removed it, but yeah, I know. I was just talking about you. I read what you wrote. We dodged the alien abduction. We survived because we're streaming online and we make money, so that's why. But you know what? Like Tina said earlier, she couldn't even hear this. You guys don't hear that? The goat? Oh, as a buyer? Well, I mean, you can on your end. The buyers can play what they want, but because we're live streaming, it's again the same kind of thing. I mean, you could go read the terms on whatnot and read the very end of it, and you'll see what it says. Yeah. Yeah, the buyer, of course, nobody hears it, so the buyer could listen to music. But if I co-host somebody who's a buyer and they're playing music, it goes against my YouTube. Yep. Go read the legal part of it. Technically you're making money off the music because they're hanging out in your stream, they're listening to the music, and they're buying your stuff. Yeah. But go read the terms. Go read the terms. They're on the homepage of the .com and they're in the phone. You just make up your own songs. Yeah. I do that all the time too. It makes it funner. I only tell you guys that because, in the terms it says basically Whatnot's not liable for that. Yeah. Also, you know what else is in the terms? People don't read stuff. I always read everything and I dissect it. And then if I don't know what it means, I'll ask like an attorney that I know, like, hey, what does this mean? And then they explain it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, like here's another one that people don't know about in the terms. And they're not bad things. It's just a regular, normal thing that all companies have. And with live streaming, any company, if you own Whatnot, it would have the things to protect the company. But one of the things is you can't, okay, not you can't. Okay, the content, like I'm making content, I own the content. I can put it on YouTube. Okay. But Whatnot can use it for anything they want without permission, without paying me a fee. So say I had some crazy thing happen on my stream and someone bid up or whatever it was, or was showing a rare item and it was all exciting and they came in and clipped it. They could use it for any of their advertising, commercials, whatever they want. And I don't have to give permission because it's in the terms. It says you already agree to a royalty-free, non-exclusive right to let Whatnot use your stuff. I bet most of you don't even know that. And they don't have to say your name. They can use your like and likeness as well. Yeah, so if you read the terms, you'll know that it's in there. Yeah, they can. It's in there. It's probably in there on just about every other platform. Yep. And I tell you that it's not to scare you because it's at this point it's not a big deal. Intellectual property has been stolen. So many people that everyone thinks it's perfectly okay. Well, it's written in the contract. But people steal it. You're right. It's not okay. What do you mean about product advertising? Can you clarify that? Stamp Whiz. Yes, you're right. And they keep on doing it. Actually, one of my friends here reminded me of something, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I was making these keychains, and they were like Doorables, right? And then they were like, you can't make those. And I was like, yeah, they're a little different. And then I thought about it, and I went, you know what? They were right. So Millicent's actually called me out on that. And not in a bad way, just like, I was like, you know what? You're actually right. So I deleted them out. I don't want to be selling that stuff. Yeah, I can sell the little Doorables, but to make a craft with them because it creates a confusion for the end user, right? Because they're Disney keychains. So it's technically, even though it's a handmade thing, it's for personal when you do that. What about product advertising, like a bear sign in the background, like for decor? You could have that. I know you, no, 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 no. I know that, but I made a choice. Because if I'm saying I don't like, you shouldn't use Disney, and I always use this as an example, you shouldn't use Disney products like fabric from the store to make a product and then sell it because that's like something they'd come after. So it's kind of the same thing with the item. So I was like, you know what? That was good that I never took it at that. I'd made the choice. Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. So I just took them. I didn't have that many in there. I just took them out because I was like, probably shouldn't even sell that because I already know how Disney is. Yeah. But you could use Nick any kind of appropriate probably background, sure. I mean, there's people that have tons of neon signs in the background. I have a moon. It is a good case study. I agree. Oh, they won't take your forgiveness. They'll sue you. Yeah, they'll just sue you. Guess you're just no, just go read the terms. Just go read the terms and you'll see. Yeah. What's up, movie poster? How are you? What's up, lumberjack? I mean, most people don't care. They play music and then when they get a cease and desist letter, they're like, "Oh, what's this?" So, you know, even Whatnot says you shouldn't really play music that you don't own. They have said that. So, read the terms, it's in there. That's right, they do. As they should. As they should. I support that. Yeah, it's like if but it doesn't cover you forever. It only covers you as long as you're paying for the service. So say you use their catalog and you got to pay what, 15 a month or it's more, it's like $40 a month. You have to pay that forever. So if you pay for it, you're not covered for the license if you stop using the service. Oh yeah, people come in and say, yeah, and people don't know that. Yeah. Oh, seeing it. Yeah. I know some people don't mind the loud, but there's a lot of people that don't like music in streams. In the beginning, I played music, and then after I'm like, because I talk, I'm not going to do music. Yeah, I just chose not to. Check out Rap Battles of History. What's up, Kathy? How you doing? I'll have to check it out. I'll read it to you guys. You guys want me to read it to you? Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's like an hour long. But let me see where I could find this. Oh, wait, did they just change it again? Hold on. August 18th, they changed the terms. Hey, JJ, how you doing? I know. I don't really want to read it because I'm going to be doing a video on YouTube. Hold on. Oh, Disney wouldn't let me put Winnie the Pooh on my daughter's grave marker. Started with the classic Pooh poster and they gave you permission? Okay, first of all, that sucks about Disney. Second, that's awesome that you got the permission. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Millicent, for tagging. And I'm sorry, very sorry to hear of your loss. I know you've shared that before. Um, it's wild. I know, and I've heard that before from people actually. I'm part of a genealogy group, and many people want to use Disney characters, and the mortuary would never put it on. They had to get permission, and Disney was like, nope, never. But they went to the publisher to ask for permission. Hello, Mary, how are you doing? Okay, user content. All right, I'm just gonna jump to number 12. I mean, I could, it's like a whole, you guys want to just do the whole thing? Should we do the whole thing? Let's do a poll. Let me see. Well, it's their licensed product. Yeah. So that means if they let someone do it, that means the cemetery is making money off the character. They want a piece of that. It's business. Yeah. It doesn't seem right. I agree, but oh, thank you. Oh yeah, you had your surgery. I hope that you're recovering nicely. Yeah, this is the Insomniac Club, so welcome in. You were determined. Good for you. I mean, you're going through all that grief that's indescribable, and you got to deal with that on top of it. Oh, he had it that he didn't want it. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. He didn't want it to be associated with sad stuff. Yeah. But then you were able to get the publisher. You taught a regular class workshop, the Disney business model for about 10 years. There is a lot to learn. Yeah. PT starts tomorrow. Oh, right on. Yeah. Music is tricky. Well, that's because a lot of people don't have the right equipment. For the most part, the reason why the sound equipment is kind of messed up for music is because you guys use Bluetooth speakers and wireless microphones, and it tries to fight for the connectivity. There's another seller I was watching, and she had music, and it would break out every so often, and you could not hear the song. So when she stopped talking, it would jump on the mic. It was very annoying. I left. And she's like, "What do you think of my sound?" She messaged me 'cause she got a new speaker, and I said, "Do you want me to be honest? It sounded terrible." Oh, good. I'm so glad. You had a long ride. Twin. We're just hanging out. We're chatting. I'm about ready to read. It looks like I'm going to read the terms. 78% said I should. Ah, Queen, what's going on? Yeah, it's there's like even on my mic, I don't know what's going on with mine that you can't hear the wrappers opening. I switched it up. I thought this was better. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna try a couple of things. I've really fixed the OBS. Good night, sweet dreams, twin. I'm glad. Thank you for telling me because I knew you were still driving. That was a long one. Get some good rest. Okay, you know how the photography schools work? Yeah, small convention setup competition. Yeah, and trade show. Week-long classes. Exactly. Oh, you know what, Queen? Send them my way. They need to be taught the right way, the whatnot way. And there are some sellers that teach that way, but there's a lot of sellers that don't, and they give the wrong information. Like, don't change the labels, don't change the weight, don't change the box size. I just read on Facebook that somebody, they bought a pound, paid $9.21, then they got the next few items for free. Well, the person bundled everything together, they got it, and they had to pay like $175. I said, reject it. I wouldn't pay it. It means the seller hasn't done the right job. 175. I took a screenshot of it. I'm gonna send it to Whatnot. And they're probably never gonna onboard, but as a new seller, it's up to you to learn how to do it the Whatnot way. Never trust everybody telling you the information on how to ship. Yes, 170. It was $174. It was a buyer. It was a buyer, guys. That's why people will leave Whatnot because the sellers are not, they're trying to cheat the system. They leave the shipping at 15 ounces. They never change it. It's a fact. And then they don't change the label dimensions. So then guess what? She did. Yeah, I think she did. I don't know exactly what she got. And then she had to pay a little bit more for shipping. But to be asked to pay 175 on top of that, I see it all the time. And then I get messages all the time on Instagram about it. Yeah, so it's very important that like if you guys are talking about shipping in your shows, you explain that the box size has got to be changed. Yep. If you have the default's 12 by 12 by 12, if you have to switch it to an 8 by 6 by 4 and it's, 1 pound or it's 10 to 8 to 11 ounces, you got to change it. I still do it. It doesn't take me that long, even when I've done shows where I have 100 boxes plus. Yeah, I just make sure. I feel like it's my job. But I think there's sellers out there telling people not to do it. And they get screwed every time because they've come to ask for help. From me or Living Bliss Vintage. Yep. And we just had some girl that I don't know how many hundreds of dollars she had eaten for that mistake. Yeah, you can't ship anything that no, that means they're not changing the label. They're putting 5 pounds and hoping it slips through. And granted, it might, but you're cheating the system money. And that's why our shipping goes up for that. Yep. And I know, like I said, I know there's sellers out there that say, this percentage, what's up, Vermont? There's, 50% of sellers that want reduced shipping, 30% that want this, 80% that want this. But then they're not changing the shipping on the back end. So it's it's a hook to bring them in. Yeah, they were told to pay, but they didn't. They rejected it. You work for the PO, yeah. So but a lot of packages slip through and they know this. That's why. Yeah, there's tons of packages that, say for example, like a small post office, maybe they have, 10,000 packages that hit through the doors. They're going to catch maybe 5 of them. You message Whatnot. Well, I had a meeting directly with Whatnot. Customer service is going to be not giving you the right answers every time. Yeah, that's the truth. I asked them, I was in a Zoom with them, and I asked, "Do I need to change the box size?" And they said yes. So, and that meeting was just a couple weeks ago. I meet every month with Whatnot because I'm in their community host program. So if you get someone on customer service on the phone or on the computer, it's going to depend who it is, to be honest. Because not everybody in customer service is shipping on the app or dealing with the shipping department. Yeah, so for your buyers, if you don't, and it's bigger than 12 by 12 by 12, you're literally cheating the Whatnot system. No, not overestimating, just try to do accurate. Even when you do random pulls, you get used to it. Like you know how to tell if something weighs 4 or 5 ounces, 4 to 7, 8 to 11. Oh, this feels like a pound. Weigh those kind of items just to make sure. Yeah. And then you got to add the box weight. Oh, they weigh everything? Yes, so you have to be dead on accurate. And then when the weight is based on volume, so if you have a box that's 14 by 14 by 12, that's an oversize. It's going to be more than 921 because it adds weight to it on the box and it's taking more volume. Yep. So before you print a label, you got to edit and make the adjustment. Anything bigger than a bread box is getting a second look. Is that right? Where's your post office at? I mean, not the one you work at, but what state? If you want to say Florida, yeah. I just tell you guys because I've seen too many people like do that and run into issues where it ends up costing them money. It just happens. I even changed the PWEs, guys. Agreed. But there's no more of that onboarding. So if you really want to sell and you want to know how to do it, watch every video that Whatnot makes. They are in the seller hub. And they have selleracademy.whatnot.com with tons of great resources, tons of them. You received a car, wait, I gotta read this. You received a car seat box. It was at least 2 feet tall and weighed it. It was 18 pounds. The label was Paradise. Yeah, that's, you know what? Crick, Crick and Nix. I have to say, I'm not surprised. Yep, that's cheating the system because that box should have been put in correctly. I bet. Did you been asked by the post office to pay extra money or did it slip through? And those label edits not adding the size fee is a problem over 30. Well, if you put the custom ship profile in with the dimensions, then it should be okay. But where it messes up is when they buy multiples of your item. It slipped through, yeah. Imagine if it didn't. That would have been over $100 at least. Yeah. Did you tell the seller? I would definitely tell the seller too. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, she was wrong. She was wrong. Because if that would have got caught, they would have probably asked for maybe 125 bucks. Because it's double the size for volume. That's what Whatnot's discount is. You have to change the box size, yeah. Yeah, when I had the Zoom with Whatnot, and it was like the last question before I forgot. I said, wait, I have one more question. Do I have to change the box size? And the specific answer was yes, the post office would appreciate it, and so would we, and it would get more an accurate weight and size for volume. It doesn't matter if you're friends with the post office people because everybody's going to tell you a different story. Yeah. Well, what would I do about that? It's a tough one. You could report it to Whatnot if someone's literally telling you not to change the box size or do that. Yeah, Whatnot wants to know, so report it. You think because she was friends, she let it. Gotcha. Report the person when they're doing that for, giving bad information. So Whatnot could stay on top of it. You did report it. That's the message I got back. Oh, wow. I mean, will it change? I don't know. You know, people, if they do that, they shouldn't give out shipping advice. They shouldn't give out shipping advice. It's wrong shipping advice. Yep. I will say that it is wrong shipping advice. When I remember in the beginning, when I started here 3 years ago, when I started 3 years ago, I had a debate with another seller, and the seller was like, "Oh, you don't have to put the packaging weight." I'm like, "What are you talking about? How am I going to ship it then? Because that's going to add like a pound or whatever weight it is." They're like, "No, you don't have to do that on Whatnot." And I go, "Well, I'm doing it every time, and I'm changing the box size." So since I started, sure, there was a couple I didn't change, but then when I asked Whatnot, I mean, I think I did it for like a couple of weeks where I didn't change it, but nothing was over 12 by 12 by 12. It was all priority mail, 12 by 12.25 by, now it's 7.75. They've made the box smaller. It's no longer 8.25. It's actually a lot shorter. Yeah, and it goes through several post office zones if it's going from California to like Florida. And it's definitely going to get caught along the way, but sometimes they've got millions of packages, you guys. Millions. If they caught everyone, eventually they will though. They have new machines that basically when they scan, they weigh and measure. Do you have that, Mary, in yours? Yeah, you have to round to the nearest inch, exactly. Yeah, they'll send it back. But do you guys have the machine? You do, right? So when it scans through, it weighs and checks dimensions, correct? Because I know it knows and it bills back or usually it sends back. Yeah, my post office has the machine too. They told me I can come check it out when they scan. I can't film it though, I asked. I mean, I probably could. I have to talk to the like not the yeah, probably the postmaster. Yeah, so anyway, they have machines, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to see any of my buyer. I just feel like I'm gonna have integrity, and it's a barcode reader, right? It sends flags at certain sizes. Okay, fair. Um, for me, like as a seller, I'm gonna do what's right for the buyer. I'm not gonna do what someone else said. Don't change the thing. I'm gonna absolutely change it. Because if I use a bigger or smaller box, I don't want to do a bigger box because what if I have like just a piece of glass that's small, it just needs like 4 inches around it. The weight's gonna be less than I use a big box like Priority Mail, large mailing box, and it's bigger. Then I got to use more paper, which creates more weight. And that box empties 11 ounces. Um, there should never be posted due for customers. Oh yeah, but it does do that. So they must not. It's very weird about the additional postage thing. But if you guys understand that if you're not changing the box size or dimensions and a buyer has to pay extra money and that gets billed back to Whatnot's account, you know whose account it's going to hit first, right? Whatnot's not going to eat that. It's going to go into your account. They're going to take it right out because they have the credit card number. It depends, Nick. It depends on the box size. I have a 8 by 6 by 4 box. It's kind of heavy. So it takes like a 4 to 7 ounce one and makes it like 10 between like 12 to 15 ounces because the boxes are like thick. Yeah. Take yours to the post office and get them to make sure it's labeled okay. Nope. You can so you know how when you have the box ready to go and it says generate label, to the right of it on desktop, don't use your apps. Don't use the app. Use the desktop on the computer. There's a pencil. If you click on it and you change the box size, as long as it's not bigger than 12 by 12 by 12 and it's smaller than 12 by 12, you're not going to get charged for it. Okay. As far as the adjustments go, that's something else. If you have it at 4 pounds and you realize it's 5 pounds, right? And you got to change it to 5 pounds, and then you got to change it to, oh, this box is 10 by 10 by 10. You're not going to get charged. It's in the range. It's under the volume, under the 12 by 12 by 12, and you'll be fine. And it'll make the appropriate label for that package. But what if you have one that is 6 pounds, but you only charge 5 pounds for it, right? So then when you adjust it from 5 pounds to 6, it's going to change it to ground advantage unless your default's priority. It's going to charge you one of the adjustments. And it's going to show you a label increase probably of like $4 or $2. It's nothing, but that all adds up. How embarrassing would that be to sell and have the buyer? Very embarrassing. I will tell you right now, the buyer isn't going to be done with you. They're going to be done with Whatnot, especially if it happens more than one occasion. There was a new buyer who came into Living Bliss Vintage's chat show about a month ago, and she had like 14 purchases. 12 of them, I think, were from the same seller. Every single one of them had a charge from the post office. Every single one of them. Every single one. And, there's a few of us, we talk, we know who the seller is who does it over and over and over. There's actually like 4 sellers that do it over and over. Yeah, but I'm not the Whatnot police. But that person had, and each time it was like 20 bucks, 15 bucks. They did get reimbursed by Whatnot, but Whatnot wanted to give them like Whatnot credits. And the person's like, no, I want my money back. So they did get their money back. LVB, yeah, you can't edit a label on the app. It doesn't work. Yeah, you can't. Um, yeah, so it doesn't take your adjustment. Yeah, corporate golf, those boxes are heavy. They're smaller. They're shrinking. Every year they're shrinking. I think it used to be 12 by 12 by 13. And now it's 12 by 12 by 7.75. I actually just looked at one the other day. I was like, oh, that one's kind of, what do you mean what happens to the purchase? Moment in time. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. How was your show? I hope you had a really good show. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. We're just hanging out. We're chatting. We're talking about shipping, of course. Yeah, LVB, if you could really edit on the desktop on a browser, it would be much better. You can't edit in the app. I requested us being able to edit in the app because it would, some things you could generate a label in the app. If like for example, my PWEs, easy. I could do it in the app. I'm never adjusting the label or the weight. because it's always the same for those when it's one card. Moment in Time is rocking a perfect 5.0 rating and less than 1 day shipping. Great raid. Everyone check them out. Thank you, Millicent. Moment in Time. I like the name. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay, good. It depends. Flat rate isn't for every product on Whatnot. Old dog, what's up? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. You been singing this morning? Hey, how's it going? We're just having a chat. I'm about to read the terms. 83% want the terms of service. Well, I may read the whole thing. We'll see. We'll see. My eyes are getting a little bit dry. All right, I'm going to end the poll here. All right, so the winner says yes. Okay, but I didn't say I would do it tonight. Just kidding. You can't log in to Whatnot, another device, because you need your number changed. Well, oh, and you can't change your number. Bree, sweet dreams, my friend. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, because it has that 4-digit code, right? Good night, my friend. Yo, Glenn's Desire, what's up? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How are you doing? All right, I'm gonna have to put in a giveaway now. I forgot. I give you guys a good one. Hey, how was your show, friend? Thank you for coming in. We're just hanging out here in the Insomniac Club, and I'm about to read the terms of service because people were having some questions. Let me unpin this other item here. There we go. I might turn out the lights. Griff, the mayor. Thank you for the raid. How was your show? Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you. Aw, thank you. Welcome in, everybody. We're just kind of hanging out in the Insomniac Club. Griff, I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to say I'm thinking of you. I love you, my friend. And you know what? I understand. Yeah, I'm thinking about your mama and your family because I went through that a couple months ago. I lost my mom. You may not know that. And it's hard. It breaks you forever. So I'm thinking about you, Griff. Thank you for the tip, movie poster. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, hi, Brat. How are you doing? Thank you for the tips, you guys. Thank you, Moment in Time. Yeah, it's definitely, I've been hearing that a few of the friends that are hanging out here have lost their moms this year in the last few months. And so no one ever understands until it happens to them. And, all I can say is like, remember all the good times and all the memories, their laugh, their mannerisms, their characteristics, and, their heart. Remember all the good times. Yeah, that's right. That's what she would want for sure. Yeah, and you got a funeral to pay for. Yeah, you will be. You will be. And right now, if you can, record any of these moments because you're going to forget them all and not know. It's 3 months for my mom on Wednesdays, so it's like I everything's a blur. Everything is absolutely a blur. Anyway, you guys bookmark Griff's Thrift streams. I know I think there's a raid train coming up. Yeah, I don't know when it is. And if you guys can, he's trying to fundraise. I don't promote much of the fundraisers, but I will for Griff. There's a train coming up and they're trying to pay for his mama's funeral. So if anybody can tip his way, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, the girls put something together, which was really awesome. When is it? 10/28 next week. Okay. 23rd. Oh, it's this week. Okay. Well, I'm thinking about you, Griff. Yeah. Yeah, remember and cherish, tomorrow's not a guarantee, it's not promised. And really, it's no one ever has the right words ever. And life does go on, it continues. and just cherish all the memories and the laughs because there was a lot of laughs, I'm sure. Yep. Yeah, Griff is rocking a perfect 5.0 rating and 2-day shipping. Griff, you know what? That's not an easy thing. And you know what? I'm having my own kind of replays. So I'll relate it to you like this is that's not who she was, and that's not her whole life in that one moment, but that will be with you, I know, for a little while. But try to get your brain to think about the other stuff, you know, like the bingo. I know she liked bingo. Yeah, I'm thinking about you. Yeah, I know she liked bingo. And, I think like even my mom, I was there, we are all there to the end and stuff. And you just think about like how they looked but that wasn't them as a person. And I don't know, I'm thinking about you. And there's literally never, your mom was a kid. She was young and she instilled a lot of good things in you. I know that. You're welcome. And I know just keep going and a lot of people here support you. And you're not going to remember this time that much in a few months. It's going to be a total blur. So when you're going through all the things you're going through, the funeral, everything, the family, slow down. Take it all in. Take it all in, slow down because you will forget these moments. Yeah, you will. Keep them straight too. Back in the day, Griff and I were like, we were like the only ones on late at night, really, besides sports cards and all that. And we go way back. Jason Michael, we go way back. And we would raid each other with a walkover raid all the time. Griff, we call him the mayor. So, and his mom, she would always be on the stream. And that's a gift on its own, Griff. I didn't, a couple of times I wanted to bring my mom on my stream and stuff, but we created the raid. We did. Yep. You had a dear friend and she passed and she was, yeah. I mean, it's really, and it will be like this for you probably for a long while, my friend. It doesn't feel like they're gone. It doesn't feel like they're gone at all. Like my mom, I still don't. And I'll be walking in my house and just start crying for no reason. I'm like, you're really dead? Yeah, I was really close with my mom. So I was like, you're really gone? Nah, I don't believe it still. Yeah, don't be afraid to photograph at the funeral. Mm-hmm. Yeah, get some food. We're gonna hang out. We're just gonna chat. This is how you always can come here. Jason Michael. Yeah, I feel weird. It's different. I mean, my mom was the glue that kept my own family together. And I'm very lucky. Like I have the mom that I have. I mean, I have her picture next to me. So I understand. It's been a year and 2 months for a peacock. You're starting to feel it. I actually videotaped. I didn't take a picture of my mom like deceased, her hand before, like me holding her hand. And then like the casket from far away, but not you can't see her because she was like in it a little bit. But I took a video walking into the church, and it's so weird because I knew I was gonna forget that. I mean, I visualize it, but forget it. So I filmed that, but you can't. I mean, it's actually the way it was filmed because I did it on my phone. It's very cinematic, and it's almost like it looks like a dream nightmare. So I don't know. It's for me. Your mom passed in 2021. Yeah. I mean, that feeling of them being gone. if you were lucky to have a good parent or a mom is, I don't know, I've talked about it enough on here that it's just, there's really never the right words. She was alone. Well, don't blame yourself, Peacock. It happens. It happens to a lot of people. I was in the other room, laying down on the couch. Well, my mom had like a love seat, and I was sitting next to my sister, and we'd been getting up every couple hours to take care of her. And my brother was next to her, and then we dozed off for 5 minutes because we were like an hour away from medication, and um, my I was kind of awake and asleep, and my sister too, and she was looking at what happens if you miss one of the doses. And then my mom's face was right here, and she was like crying, and I was like, I knew she was gone. And then I heard my brother say, she's gone, she took her last breath. Like he ran over, but all of that is a total blur. And knowing now what I know, that the brain keeps going for like 7 minutes, and they say the brain replays all the favorite memories. I wish I would have remembered that at the time. But I'm so glad that I was there and that, she had just, and then we were all there except one brother who he he knew. And so, and that was early in the morning at like, well, we wrote down like 5:04 in the morning, but we went by my brother at 4:48 a.m. But you know what? When they come and verify, like the hospice nurse came at like, I don't know, it was 7:30 or something. She put that time. So it didn't matter. But we know she died earlier and she's gone. Yeah. Sometimes they do. They wait till you're gone. You're so glad they touched the hand with passing panic. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Storage Madness? Yours passed in 2019 and it was in your house. I held her to her last breath. Yeah. I'm sorry. 20 years ago, and it was like yesterday, huh? I'm already starting to, Rob, go. I don't cry on my thing, but it's everybody's being sharing something so special. It's so weird. Yeah. I mean, I like had her, it's very heavy. I always, yeah, you're never gonna forget it. It's crazy. Like my mom and I had these conversations, and I think I always like asked her, like, okay, because I filmed her all the time asking her questions like, if you died tomorrow, like, what would you want? She said, what songs, what kind of service, what kind of casket. She kind of didn't get a lot of those things, but it really doesn't matter at the end. I mean, but it all came out beautiful. And hey, brother, what's up? Thank you. Um, but I think back and I have so much footage. I know. Thank you for being here, you guys. I appreciate you, all the raids and all the love. Um, when I think back, like at some of the questions I asked my mom, of course, we all want more time. I always wanted more time. But my mom raised me to have a life and do things, and I did. So we had so many years just together traveling and doing things. And then the last several years, I have kids and I'm busy, but I was talking to her every day, and then she'd forget and not talk to her every day. But I don't have the regrets. I thought I would actually. Just the one thing is I like, oh, I should have asked her about that. I forgot to ask her about that, you know? Yeah. Your mom had that planned out for years, which was weird, but it's so good that she did. She didn't want to burden you with that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, so anyways, I'm doing okay. It's just one day at a time. It's 3 months. It's so nuts. Yeah, I have a ton of stuff in my bin. Thank you, Millicent. You don't have to do anything, but I'm gonna let you be a mod because you're being so helpful. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. That's my one thing. I wish I would have asked my mom certain questions. I mean, I know a lot of her secrets. She told me on camera. You know what? When I was a teenager, I was a shit too, let me tell you. But you know what was great about my mom? My mom was the kind of mom that was like a friend when I got older. So I could treat her like you treat a girlfriend. Like she was amazing. Yeah. And if you have your mom, ask them everything now. Record them. Record them because they're not here forever. We're here for a short while, for a good time, but not a long time. And the time will go quick. My sister's doing okay. She's doing okay. She's not on Whatnot because she took off. Oh, that's great, Rob. I'm even recording myself right now for my kids. I'm actually recording me how I feel on a daily basis, like a vlog, sort of speak. Um, because I'm gonna forget this stuff. It just happens. And, it gets a little easier, but it's not. I don't know how my mom lived. I did this thing. I don't know how my mom lived without her mom um in that short time because she didn't have her for a long time. I did a thing on like, I don't know what, it was like an app or something where you could see how many days you like lived without that person. Yeah, but like, when you're young, you can't kick yourself. You just didn't know any better. But your mom accepted you and loved you like unconditionally, I'm sure. Yeah, she forgave you, but still, you feel it, it's there. Normal. Moms always forgive, boy. They also always sacrifice their whole life for us. Some don't, but a lot of them do. Yeah. She's 77, multiple stroke patient. Yeah. You're very close to your mom too. Now your daughter's your best friend, and I'm trying to prepare her for one of these days. Yeah. No one can really prepare you though, but you just talk about it. I had a very great relationship with my mom. Actually, each of my siblings, we all had a really good relationship with our mom. We had our moments, of course. But I did have my mom film and say something to each of us. Yeah. So eventually I'll give it to everybody. But right now I'm not ready to even watch it. It's on my hard drive. Yeah. Right. No, it's true. Your daughter, how many daughters do you have? Oh, you do? That's beautiful. You have two. Okay. What's up, ThriftWorks? How are you doing? Right. I said I would read the terms tonight, but we're gonna still talk, and then I'm not planning on going offline. Um, yeah, right. What's your daughter's name? I always forget. I see you guys on TikTok sometimes. Devin. Yeah, that's right. She's funny. The other one doesn't do anything with your business, right? I mean, she does other stuff, of course, but she's not involved. Yeah, I know she's your right hand. Yeah. Oh, you are? You're waiting for 3 deliveries? She's cybersecurity. Oh, nice. We need that. Yeah. ThriftWorks is sitting here in the dark, waiting. Yeah. So, um, it's just really weird, but I'm glad that you guys all felt comfortable to share, so thank you. The sun is on strike, yeah. Oh, Glenn's Desire, thank you for the tip. I appreciate you. That was very sweet. Thank you, thank you. I was trying to do my tip thing and it wasn't working. I think I didn't turn it on. Hold on, let me look. Because the tip is funny. You guys will like it. Okay, there it is. It's Danny. Isn't it awesome? It wasn't turned on. Yes, we survived the great AWS crash for 2025. Let's hope it stays away. Isn't Danny great? That's C Swan's favorite. Yeah, so it was okay. Were you here last night, Thriftworks? Yeah, I always create. So when I started Whatnot, those of you who don't know me, my name is Dee. I go by Dee Archivist. I've been on Whatnot for 3 years. I've been doing originally I started a 365 project where I went live every single day on Whatnot for a year. After 365, which was June 1st, 2024 to 25, I decided to push it all the way to 1,000 days. So I'm actually streaming 506 days now in a row on Whatnot. They're not all like selling. They're not all chat shows. They're not all 2 hour, 3 hour shows. They're all relatively between up to 2 hours. So like I'm an hour and a half right now. Sometimes they're a little longer. Um, but I'm going to go, my 1,000th stream is February 26th. I had to think about it, 2027. So you'll see me here on Whatnot, usually late at night, Insomniac Club style. And clearly it was the day before my birthday, Thriftworks. How funny is that? Yeah, my birthday's February 27th. It just happened. Yeah, our birthday, right? Because Thriftworks is leap year. Is it leap year? We do. I wish we could. I would like to stretch time. I'm sure everybody here. Anyway, with being on here, yeah, 2/26, 2027. So you're on the 8th? I will, Nana. Thank you so much. I'm trying to get her to come back to Whatnot. Yeah. So she moved because of her husband's job, but then my mom moved in with her for like 10 or 12 weeks, and then she was taking care of her. My brother had taken care of her. My other brother had taken care of her, and then she had to go to skilled nursing, and then she was with my sister, and then she went back to hospital, and then came back home, and then she got hospice like on a Thursday and passed away on Tuesday. It was very quick, actually. So maybe like May, June, and then July. Yeah, very fast. 29th, right? You're leap year. So, but you celebrate on the 1st? No, the 28th. Yeah, that's right. I wish I would have been born on leap year. 2 days in a year, I think off. Yeah, so anyway, since I've been on Whatnot, I've always created like a safe space, no drama, no BS, just fun and laughs. And that's how I ended up with these chat shows. And I love it because it's just, I want to make sure everybody feels welcome. And it's been so great. So thank you for being here. And I always make sure I intend to say that. So tonight I said my nose is getting itchy. I think it's this fan. Let me turn it off because it's not hot. There, it's kind of loud. Yeah, so that's better. It should be fun. Absolutely. That's my number one reason why I've streamed so much. So I've been live technically since June 1st, 2020. Wait, 4? Yeah, 2024. Which is crazy. Okay, should I read the terms? I said I would read the terms. Who's still here that said do the terms? And we could just talk too. You were here for 365, yeah. No, it's not updated. It's the same. But we were talking about. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's going to be super long. Tina, okay. So basically, let me dim my screen because it's pretty bright. So basically, there's terms for like terms of service in English, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, there's 4 for English, French. Is it Dutch? Yeah, Dutch, German, and Netherlands. Yeah, so if you go to whatnot.com on the browser, if you go to it, it's down on the bottom, like midway under all the categories. It says terms and privacy. You want to look at those two sections. If you're in the Whatnot app, if you go to the seller hub and then you click on the hamburger up in the top right corner. Oh, wait, no, it's not there. If you scroll to where it says where the toolbar is on the, forget the seller hub, on the app, and you go to account. When you click on account, you scroll down and there is terms and conditions is the one. And then there's privacy policy. If you click on terms, it opens up the terms in Whatnot. Okay. They're basically right here. So it looks like this. If you go to home right here. Oh, what is it doing now? Hold on. See that? It's down here. So it'll say terms and conditions. Click it and it opens that up. Okay. So that's where you can find it on the app. Probably could read it on here. It doesn't matter. Okay. Terms of service, Whatnot. Welcome to Whatnot. Review these terms of service, the terms, the Whatnot privacy policy, in the Whatnot community guidelines, and other policies and rules established by Whatnot, including all of those in our help center located at help.whatnot.com. Okay. Together with the community guidelines. And then they have like a lot of stuff in, parentheses or quotation marks. And then they name what it is, how they refer to it as they go on through the guide. Okay, so these terms apply to you if you reside. Hold on. I'm skipping a little bit of it because some stuff repeats, but it's like kind of basic. These terms apply to you if you reside or are established outside the United Kingdom, UK, or European Union, EU, and you use Whatnot. Okay, so this terms and conditions, when you create an account on Whatnot, you're agreeing to everything in here, not everything but or excludes this, it's everything. Okay, and most people don't read it. Okay, so I'm gonna full screen it right now. Okay, about the app. Okay, basically it has information there. I mean, you could read it. The app is an online marketplace that connects users of the app users. Okay, if you offer for sale any goods or products, each an item, collects tips from buyers, or otherwise monetize your content through the app, you are a seller. Okay? If you purchase items or initiate any payment to a seller, including tipping a seller through the app, you are a buyer. That might be in yours. You're funny. Okay, you guys understand that? So basically, they're deeming who's what on the app, buyer versus seller, right? So if you purchase items or initiate any payment to a seller, including tipping through the app, you're a buyer. That's it. That's it. I'll find it. Okay. Transactions between a seller and buyer through the app, including tipping, are each referred to as a transaction. Whatnot offers a platform that facilitates transaction between buyers and sellers on the app, but is not a party to any agreement between buyers and sellers of such transactions. Yes, it might be true. I'll sniff it when I'm done. Sniff a butt once a month. B, except as expressly provided in these terms or other policies, Whatnot does not sell, purchase any goods or products itself, take title or possession of any of the goods, either or itself, or on behalf of users or others. Well, whatnot may help facilitate transactions. Sellers and buyers are solely responsible. Hey, Aussie. For the transaction, including without limitation to listing of items and any applicable product warranties. C, Whatnot provides payment processing services using third-party service providers, payment processors for transactions made through the app. Buyers and sellers will be subject to and must comply with such payment processors' separate terms and conditions. You guys hear that? So if we work with PayPal and we work with Stripe, they have their own set of rules. Okay, so they're with their own set of rules. Let's see. D, because our app is evolving over time, we may change or discontinue all or any part of the app at any time without notice. This is my favorite line they use. At our sole discretion. That's like, we don't see nothing. That's right. E, the app no longer supports the purchasing and selling. I'm not going to get into this part. NFTs. I know. Agreeing to the terms. Basic stuff. You must be 18 years old if you, want to use the app. You are not allowed to share your login and all that kind of stuff with other people. That's pretty much what the next section is. You'll have to read it again. You creating an app, you're solely responsible. And then here's my favorite part actually. When you create an account on the app on your mobile device, Whatnot may ask you permission to access your phone contacts to determine if you are already connected to users so that you can follow such contacts on the app and invite contacts who are not users to join the app. You are solely responsible for obtaining consent from your contacts. Don't share your contacts with the app. Your friends are not going to want that. So you have to turn it off. You can always change it, whether to allow Whatnot to access your contacts through the privacy settings on your mobile device. I just made a video on YouTube and it shows like how to turn that off. And it shows, there was a default. I think it might be off now. Okay, this is your rights to use the app. Okay, so this is what you agree to when you make an account. Subject to these terms, we hereby grant you a limited, revocable, non-sublicensable, non-transferable, and non-exclusive right to download and install the app's mobile application on your computers, mobile handsets, tablets, wearable devices, and or other devices to run the app solely as intended for your business purposes. You'd be not happy? Well, you won't know. You won't know because they don't tell you. Yeah, so, some people just do it. They don't care. But yeah, I'm the same way. Don't share my info. Live stream clipping. Please listen. When you create a clip from your use of the live stream clipping feature on the app, each clip a clip. Well, your info is public information anyhow, but if your friend shares it, I mean, there's not much you can do about it. They're just asking for people to get consent from their friends if they were going to share it. And most people don't anyhow. Whatnot grants you to a limited, non-exclusive, non-transferable, this is going to repeat the same thing, okay? Revocable license to copy, download, and display the clip solely for your personal and non-commercial use, provided that you do not modify the clip beyond what is permitted on the app and that you retain all copyright and other proprietary notices contained in the clip, if applicable. Okay, you guys understand that? So basically what they're saying is, if I take and make a clip of myself and I post it for the 1 minute and 4 seconds, that's about how long they are, I can post it, okay? If I just post like if someone clips me and then they edit out, if I said, I don't I don't like when a buyer has to pay money because the seller didn't put the shipping in, right? The seller, because the seller put the wrong amount on shipping and didn't change it, the buyer might have to pay some money, right? So the buyer's not going to say screw the seller. They're going to say F whatnot. And someone clips that and clips the part where I say F whatnot and posts it on social media. They can't do that. Okay, that's what they're basically saying. Such uses may include, for example, sharing the clip to your personal social media channels, creating a virtual shopping list of all your items for yourself. Oops, wait, where are we? Hold on the app, or tracking prices of certain items available on the app. You may not, however, distribute, copy, reproduce, display, republish, download, or transmit the clip or any portion of the clip for public or commercial use, including without limitation, using the clip in any ad-sponsored blogs or websites, or as part of a paid content offering, paid mailing list, or so I own my content, but I can't sell it. Say I'm having a show and I'm selling Nike sneakers, one of a kind, and Nike sees it and they're like, man, Dee, we would love to use that footage for our ad. I can't work a deal with Nike on that footage because Whatnot says no. I would have to go to Whatnot and try to strike a deal with all three. It doesn't say anything about that, but capture is a capture. Yeah, capture is a capture. Yeah, so it's the same. No, I'm reading the terms and conditions. It has nothing to do with the outage. We're just talking about that. I think it's the same millicents. I think so. A good attorney could argue it. Everything has a loophole. Anything could get argued. I'm asked my friend to read something for me because I saw something in here. So you may not basically do any commercial work with it. So if there's a commercial or whatever, you couldn't work a deal with it. But I could monetize it. I could put it on YouTube. I could screen record it for YouTube. But that seems fair, right? Additional information, Apple App Store. That's just basic stuff. Follow the Apple terms and conditions. But the live stream clipping is very specific. It's not vague or anything. It's basically you could distribute it. You could do it for your personal and non-commercial use, meaning, but you can't use it on if you're getting paid, like on a blog. Say you have a blog and you do Amazon pays you to advertise that you sell certain things, not affiliate links, because that doesn't say anything in this one. But it could be probably part of it. Then you can't use it like on a website or a blog that has any kind of paid advertising, paid content offering. So I don't know if that's the same as, yeah, I don't know if that's the same as that. Okay, so then this section is additional information, Apple App Store. This is just all the terms from the App Store. I won't get into this one. Payment terms. Oh, this is a long one. Okay, so payment terms, I'm going to summarize it because I will read it for like an hour right now. Basically, it's telling you got to provide the current payment method, okay, to process transactions. So they don't mention what they are, but we all know that they're Stripe or PayPal. And then you just basically tell them that you represent that you have the legal right to use those payment processing and set up your own account on them. And then authorization, you're authorizing, when you initiate a transaction on the app, you authorize Whatnot to, basically fulfill it and pay it through that provider. And then they have a thing in here that you're agreeing to the pricing, the payment, the billing policies and such fees and charges, just basic stuff. And then delinquent payments. If your payment method on file is declined or otherwise rejected for any authorized fee or charge, you shall have 7 days to provide updated information and payment. Failure to cure within the 7-day grace period may, at Whatnot's sole discretion result in termination of your account without a refund. If you wish to reactivate your account after deactivation from failure to pay a fee, you will be required to satisfy any debts owed to another user or to Whatnot before your account can be activated. Wait, let's see. I love having an old version of the app on my iPhone 14. Gave a direct link immediately for clips, not available anymore. It is when you share it. Yeah, it is, actually, I think it is when you share it. When you share it, oh, you can download it. A link. I feel like there is a link still. There's not the share with the arrow up. See if it's there. Let me see. I have so many clips. It's like, I download a couple, but not, there's too many. Thank you for being here, you guys. Yeah, let me just, I have to turn the volume down. Let me test it. Yeah, there's still a link there. I thought so. Because I can share it with other people and it makes a link. Let's see. I don't know who, no. Yeah, if I do edit, save it. Yeah, it's still there. Yours only has a download. Can you swipe to the right or left? Oh, at the top. So if you go to the clip, at the top, there's a button to delete it. I think it's edit. Yeah, I go to account, I go to my profile, I go to clips. And this was actually, and at the top, there's 3 little dots. Click it, and it has a trash can. And you can hit delete. Okay. So basically, we get that. Then there's taxes. That whole thing, I'm not going to read it. There's taxes for general to the payment. And then delinquent taxes for Canada. And then there's a bunch of Canada information. And then now we're going to get into shipping and delivery. This one has a lot of links. You can't find a link anywhere. Okay. So this one talks about shipping. Whatnot offers various shipping options for users through the app. Upon completion of the purchase of an item via the app, the buyer will purchase shipping services from Whatnot. Okay, the buyer will purchase shipping services from Whatnot in order to have the purchase item shipped to the buyer's delivery address. Whatnot will charge the buyer for an amount of these shipping services and will include the amount, this is interesting, on the receipt issued to the buyer. So remember, people always want their invoice. It's already in their account. They can see it. Okay. Whatnot. Okay, then you visit the facts FAQ page. There's more information that has links in this page. If you missed any of this, you can go to my YouTube and watch it from the beginning. What's up, YouTube? Oh, hey, VIP, how you doing? No, we're not down. We're still going. You hit 100? Yay! Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad. I didn't see you guys on YouTube, so I don't know if you're still there. I'm reading the terms and conditions tonight. Okay, so that's A, shipping. B, seller paid shipping. Sellers may choose to pay all or part of the shipping. I'm Italian, I talk with my hands. Okay, sellers may choose to pay for all or part of the shipping fees charged to the buyer. In the case of giveaway, sellers are paid in the full amount, okay? Any payment by a seller for shipping fees constitutes a third-party payment by the seller to Whatnot on behalf of the buyer. Whatnot does not enter any kind of shipping agreement with the seller, okay? In case of the seller paid shipping, the shipping agreement remains between Whatnot and the buyer. Okay, Whatnot will not issue an invoice to the seller for the payment of the shipping fees. Okay, now it gets into third-party terms. You guys can go and read that. That's under C. And then there's tons of information on USPS, UPS, all the different providers for Canada, for the UK, and a couple other places. There's tons of links there. So I'm not going to go into any of that stuff. Free local pickup services. Basically, as part of the free pickup service, sellers selling items on the app can offer it and buyers can elect to pick up. Okay. At a physical, this is what it says, pick up items purchased on the app at a physical business location of the seller, not their house, the business. Sellers may not use home addresses as pickup locations for such items at this time. Okay, it's not safe. It's a liability for sure. The pickup option will be available to buyers who are local to the seller based on the buyer's location in relation to such physical business locations. Okay, once the buyer has purchased the item and selected free local pickup, and coordinates the pickup, including the business address, specified window of time to pick up, buyers have 5 days from the date of purchase to pick up the item. If they didn't do it in the 5 days, the buyer hasn't picked it up, the seller will ship the item to them now. That's the new rule. That's why you see the shipping amount showing up on the page, because they don't pick it up in 5 days, you ship to them. Okay. And then that next section is free pickup services payment terms. I'm going to let you guys read that. There's a bring your own label. That's for international right now. I'm going to let you guys read that. Transactions. Basically, this section goes into more verification opt-in, grading opt-in, historical data, like company stuff. Ship at seller's expense, buyers, whatnots. What do you mean? No, the buyer would pay for the shipping on local pickup. Absolutely. It's just like regular or whatever they offer for their show. Yeah, so after 5 days, if it's buyer pays all shipping in a show, which is normal, the buyer is going to get billed whatever the shipping rate is based on the weight that the person put in. Yep, just like the normal condition. But if someone has like free shipping, then it's free. Yeah, they'll just charge them for it after 5 days. So if somebody forgets and they don't, it automatically turns to a shipping label. I don't do that. I haven't had anybody want to do the local pickup that's needed to do it more than 5 days. Okay, so this section is auctions, transactions. Sellers may host live auctions. The rules for how bids are accepted, bid increments, bid retractions, and cancellation, the condition the buyer must meet to purchase an item, as well as the specific conditions of sale, may change for each auction at the sole discretion of the seller, subject to these terms. Seller acts as an auctioneer and makes the final sale. Makes the final determination concerning bidding on the item, the sale of the item, and the resolution of any disputes, cancellations, and things. Provided that whatnot reserves the right to cancel a transaction if it determines it is reasonable discretion that a buyer's bid was made in error. You know, such as my cat, my kid, my dog, you know. Return policy. The whatnot return policy can be found at the facts. So you need to go read the FAQs. Those are also in the same place as I said at the beginning of the video. If you experience a problem with your purchase or item and you cannot find the proper answer on whatnot facts, contact us on our help page. Okay, my dog licked the phone. Yeah, my toddler ordered 14 of your item. Oh, my toddler bid against your people in your room 14 times. I have had that happen. Okay, verification opt-in. That's just basically items that they verify that they're like, same thing with grading, that they're actually like someone selling a Gucci bag, that they verify it. That's a whole other thing I want you guys to read about. And then historical data in that same category just basically says whatnot at its sole discretion provided historical whatnot sales data. So they're not going to share like their proprietary information. You know, they can if they want to at their sole discretion. Seller terms. Okay, I think this is where it gets juicy in here. Application. If a user wishes to sell items on the app as a seller, this user must apply to be a seller by following the instructions posted on the app, including providing certain information requests on the app. All sellers must provide the following information: first name, last name, email address, physical address, phone number, and a social media account. All users may provide additional information as requested in your profile and account. The foregoing will also be considered user information. All the information you provide must be current, complete, accurate, and not false or misleading in order to use the app. Whatnot will approve or reject a user's application to sell items on the app in its sole discretion. Oh, thank you, Millicent, for helping. Yeah, Queen. The dog licked it. I'm still laughing. Fees. B. Sellers are required to pay Whatnot processing fees and other charges for each transaction. The amount of such fees and charges is outlined in our facts. So you could go look there. FAQs stands for frequently asked questions, which may be updated and amended from time to time. The fee schedule. And such fees and charges are hereby incorporated into these terms by reference. Upon a transaction, you authorize Whatnot and or its payment processors to automatically bill your payment method in accordance with the fee schedule. So currently they just pull it right out of your fees. But maybe that's to change with the instant payments. I don't know. C, getting paid. Whatnot and or its payment processors will use commercially reasonable efforts to issue payment to seller's payment method within 10 days of the date of evidence of buyer's receipt of the applicable items. Oh, for like a return. Oh, thank you. So basically what they're saying in this whole paragraph is, you know, you have to make sure your payment information for the transaction is all correct. Your name, your address, your credit card is correct, so they can pay you. That's that whole thing of when they pay you and everything. Fulfillment, it's basically is the next section. And that just talks about each transaction, which would be like, here's what the Whatnot rules are. Make sure you ship it. You fulfill the order 100%. So if someone ordered 10 items, you pack 10 items, you ship 10 items. That's how they fulfill and how you get paid. Item descriptions. Okay, this is the part I like. Hold on, I have to drink some water because when you read this, it takes your breath away. I mean, you know, I'm probably going to need another bottle of water. I forgot. Okay, item descriptions. Sellers are responsible for the accuracy of an item's description. Sellers are required to ensure that the item matches exactly the image that is displayed on the app and that the described condition of the item is true and accurate. Any inaccuracy, whether it be the description, condition, or authenticity of an item, may, at the sole discretion of Whatnot, result in penalties. Whatnot has no obligation to return items to the seller that do not conform to the seller's description of such items, and seller is responsible for any fees associated with any return or disposal of the item or items. Whatnot may, in its sole discretion, turn any suspected counterfeit, unauthentic, stolen, unauthorized, B grade, or similar items over to the proper authorities, and seller is responsible for any fees associated with this action. So you guys understand what they're saying there? If you sell an item, you should make the picture match the item you're showing, and you're supposed to have an actual picture of the item in there, including the proper name, title, and description of the item. And if you don't, and you sell something and it's not what they got, it's at their sole discretion what they'll do about it. Which is fair, which isn't really that hard. Okay, let's read the next part. You're recovering from my throat is dry and I have trouble. Oh, I hope you feel better. Yeah, no fun. No fun at all. I know when you talk and then I'm drinking tea, I probably have to go get, after this paragraph, I'll get another bottle of water. So that's it. Whatnot has no obligation, again, to return the item to you if you make a mistake. So will they? Maybe, but it's at their sole discretion to do it. But that is part of the rules. Yeah. Oh, thank you. No circumvention. You agree to receive payments from buyers for transactions only in the manner determined by us through the app. This includes using the payment processors we chose and following any other rules we specify. You may not circumvent your payment obligations to us for transactions by soliciting payments from a buyer outside our app. You agree to notify us immediately if you receive any such offer or solicitation to circumvent your payment processing obligations by contacting us at our help page. I'm kind of surprised they don't have anything in here that says you can't tell people, like, to give you tips and you'll put something in the box, because I've seen people do that. And that's circumventing the fees. So it's in there. It's in there. Yeah, those are against the terms. Yeah. Erica, what's up? I have a funny thing about that. So I think it got changed, but let me click on somebody's. It's funny. Please do. I think you can, actually. So if I go to somebody's stream right now and I click on, oh, where's their tip button? They move it again? They took the tips. Oh, I got to do it on the profile. Okay, so if I go to tip or boost, it says quickly, yeah, so they don't have a thing on theirs. But when I go to setup, no, I know where it's at. There used to be a line to copy. I think it's on mine. So let me click on my thing and I can go, I think I forgot where I used to where I set it up. I think it would show it. I forgot where it was at. It's something else I'm thinking of. I don't know. You do what you think is right. Let me get more water. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, you guys are going with me. Let me get some ice water. Okay, it's going to be loud right now. I better get 2 waters. All right, we got water. Yeah, when you read this, like, yeah, if you want to snitch, you can. I mean, that's, but you know, how many times are you going to report somebody who keeps doing the same thing and they don't do nothing about it? So it's kind of a waste of your time if you keep doing that. I've heard a lot of people doing that, so I don't know. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know. I'm not Whatnot. I'm just a seller like you guys. Yeah. You had one of the top sellers asking people to report things to him? I wouldn't do that. That seems interesting. I would report only directly to Whatnot. Yeah, I wouldn't report to that person. It seems like they just want to know the dirt. Yep. And they probably aren't in touch with Whatnot. Yep. I've seen that on the app. But, you know, there's a lot of people that work with Whatnot and have a direct contact, so. Okay. Yeah. Anytime, like, I don't want anybody to come to me and tell me who's doing what. Just report it. I get a lot of people that send me messages about stuff, and I'm just like, well, the best thing to do is report it to Whatnot. And if this same amount of people report it, multiple people, then But I don't go send my friends and say, oh, go report this guy for this. I don't have that kind of time. Okay, so circumvention and item descriptions. I don't know. I mean, I'm going through it, but it's best to read it. You know, again, I'm reading it. It's my opinion. I'm interpreting it as I see. I could be wrong, right? So that's why I always tell people to go and really read it. Seller, I'm going to read item descriptions again, just the second part. No, we did that. Okay, no circumvention, we did that. Appointment of whatnot as limited collection. Okay, so basically they can, you know, when you agree to it, you can agree that if you go in collections, they can put you in collections for, you know, not paying it, whatever it may be, okay? Refunds and returns. All right, let's talk about that one. I feel like I'm talking like I feel like I'm talking and I'm getting a scratchy throat. Okay. Refunds and returns. Okay. Whatnot may, in its discretion, so they say 54 times, may, the word may. Okay. Whatnot may, in its discretion, allow and or require sellers to directly handle refund and return requests from buyers through the functionality of the app. In such cases, seller will bear the financial cost and responsibilities of issuing refunds to buyers, and whatnot is not responsible or liable, and the applicable buyers or any third party for any such refunds. Okay? When directly handling refund and return requests from buyers through the functionality of the app, sellers shall at all times comply with the return policy and will not conduct any activities in connection with handling returns and refunds that are fraudulent, false, misleading, abusive, or deceptive. For clarity, Whatnot is not responsible for and has no duty to monitor the actions or inactions of sellers when sellers are handling returns and refunds. And Whatnot may at any time in its discretion terminate or suspend sellers' direct access to buyers in connection with handling buyers' refund and return requests, including without limitation at the request of the buyer. Okay? So maybe they will implement this, maybe they won't. It's at their discretion. But it's the responsibility of the seller to follow, and again, frequently asked questions. So you're asking about payment disputes? Like, you want to give me an example? Consequences of breach. Whatnot may, in its sole discretion, impose consequences on sellers who, in Whatnot's sole discretion, violate these terms, including but not limited to charging an additional fee of 15% of the total transaction amount, or $12 for transactions less than 45, whichever is greater, plus applicable taxes and additional amounts that may be necessary to reflect the use of coupons, promotional specials, gift certificates, and amounts that reflect the cost of a replacement item. Removal of any seller items from the app. Cancellation or any or all of the seller's pending transactions. Withholding of any payments due to seller, charging seller via the payment method or otherwise for costs, expenses, and fees incurred by Whatnot as a result of a seller's action or inaction, including the cost of refunds and reimbursements issued to buyers for undelivered, misrepresented, or otherwise non-compliant products or orders, chargebacks, or reversal of payment. The value of coupons and gift certificates provided to the buyer reprinting fees, rerouting charges imposed by carriers, and the cost of collecting from seller, and temporarily or permanent suspensions of a seller's account. That was a lot, right? So that if you breach the contract, they can and may, at their discretion, suspend your account, okay, for not following their rules. For clarity, Whatnot may, in its sole discretion and without prior notice, impose the previously mentioned consequences on sellers who, in Whatnot's sole discretion, abuse or otherwise misuse the early payout program and corresponding features available through the app. Seller hereby authorizes Whatnot to take any of the above actions as Whatnot deems inappropriate and refer any unpaid amount to collections. Okay, you can interpret it any way you want, but you just have to make sure you understand the basics. Okay? It's pretty, like, they have all that stuff in there, but basically it's, this is a breach. They have these terms in here because they want people not to do some of these things. Early payout program, again, that's like, if you do something to sell 1,000 items really quickly, you may not get the instant payout. People are doing that, and that's happening right now. Okay, now buyer terms. A, making a purchase. When a transaction occurs, the applicable buyer must complete payment of the transaction amount, including all additional fees and taxes, including shipping, in accordance with Section 7 payment terms, which we read earlier. If a buyer participates in the verification opt-in and or grading opt-in, such buyer will be charged additional fees payable to Whatnot as set out in Whatnot facts. For certainty, Whatnot does not conduct an item verification, or they don't do the PSA stuff for sports cards. Okay, unless a buyer selects the verification opt-in or grading opt-in. I didn't know if they still did that. I was thinking they don't anymore. One person got banned for telling people to buy stickers, select local pickup, and then just not pick up. There's a bunch of people doing that on the app right now. And they're still on the app. But they should. Yeah, I actually, the craziest thing I see here is new sellers go live, and then they got stickers for like $2, and then they end up putting them on clearance for, say, 90%. And then the sale price is 10 cents. So someone goes in, and I've seen it, and they buy like 1,000 of them, right? The problem is, if you're a new seller and someone's telling you to do this, that's a red flag that they're probably not a good person, because it's going to cost you, if it's 10 cents, it's going to cost you about 35 cents out of your pocket times 1,000. They probably weren't thinking about it. When the girl figured out how much money it was, she was like, oh, I can't even afford to pay that. So, Whatnot at its sole discretion may kick you off for that. And reading this is just, we're sharing information. It's not to scare anybody, because this is like regular stuff. It's pretty common sense. It's pretty common sense. Like, it's just, here's when you create an account, you have an agreement. This is the agreement that this is all this stuff you agree to. But it's pretty standard with like every type of app, if a buyer, Okay, that's just the sports card thing. We're not going to get into making a purchase about PSA, because not everybody's buying sports cards. I don't know. I just can say this, that this, and being on here 3 years, the sellers who come on and they just sell stickers, that's fine if that's their business. But the ones that come on and have stickers and then sell 1,000, they're not proven to me that I'm going to buy from them, because that's all they do. They're selling a little sticker, and then now they're having a show and they're doing swung vases. Come on. You haven't earned it. You haven't earned it. Selling stickers, I get it, right? Some people, that's their business. They do great at it because they do custom stickers or whatever. But I'm talking about the ones that randomly come on and then they want to sell this glass. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Peacock. Yeah, that I don't, There's like 3 parts of the terms to me that, like, just stick like butter, there's just they melted in my head because I know that, they're just simple things to be compliant with. Okay, so B, receiving and it is a red flag, though. I know Whatnot does monitor those. I don't know how they do, maybe they have some kind of alert system, but the new sellers that do that, they jeopardize themselves on the app, and then also I think it's one of the main reasons, in my personal opinion, why we lost the bloops, because a lot of people were doing that, and while it was fun, I think it was one of the main reasons why we don't have bloops. The misuse of one of the features. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Yeah, because I feel like it wasn't such a high volume of that. But I also think that a lot of people on the app didn't want a random gift sent to their house. They could have turned gifting off. This is a bloop. You hear it? So when somebody go to buy it now and they would buy something and they would choose to gift it to the chat, somebody would randomly get picked and that sound would go. And you'd be in someone's stream and like it would go a whole bunch of times. Yeah. And that was the sound. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like my core business though. Like I had a handful of them. You're welcome. I had a handful of them. It was great community thing, but Whatnot used the words like it's gonna be sunsetted, which means they're, just like as the sun sets, it also rises. So I think it might come back one day. But they did tell us, they said that it was kind of causing issues in the app. What's up, Wonder Wagon? How are you? No, I didn't talk about secret chat. Oh yeah, we had it. We didn't have it when I started Whatnot. We got it. I don't know when we first got it. Maybe it was there when I started, or it was just kind of new. It was fun though. But people randomly, like we joke, because people had crazy stuff in their bite now, and then people would randomly gift somebody in the chat like a pair of women's underwear or a pair of socks. But it was really funny. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. Yeah. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Okay, we're gonna go back to the term. We're reading the terms of service right now and whatnot. How exciting, huh? Okay. So buyer terms basically, okay, B, receiving an incorrect item. If buyer receives an incorrect item pursuant to a transaction, buyer should contact the applicable seller and/or contact us using our help page. Whatnot may, in its sole discretion, require a buyer to return such incorrect item to Whatnot or the seller as applicable. Yeah. Consequences of breach. Another one of these sections. Whatnot may, in its sole discretion, impose consequences on buyers who, in Whatnot's sole discretion, violate these terms, including but not limited to, okay, it's that $45 charge again, okay? Or sales less than 45. So they could charge you a fee, basically, okay? Okay, now I'm going to go down to this other posting content, user content. How's my sweet Canadian? Are you talking about Peacock? Aussie, I'm not in Canada. I don't know if you're talking to me, though. Kathy, are you in Canada? No, there it is. Okay, it's Peacock. I knew that. You're in Florida. Okay. Okay, so user content. Remember we talked about this. Posting content. The app may allow you, this is very important actually. I think that people need to pay attention to some of the posting content stuff. Okay. Posting content. Are we ready? The app may allow you to upload, post, or transmit, such as via a stream. So like to YouTube, or otherwise make available content through the app, including without limitation any text, photographs, user videos, sound recordings, and the musical works of embodied therein, including videos that incorporate locally stored sound recordings from your personal music library and ambient noise user content. Whatnot does not claim any ownership rights in any user content and has nothing in these terms to be deemed to restrict or assign any rights that you may have to your user content. So we own our content on here. Oh, Sonia, I'm not going to go into the shipping of it, but I did talk about it a little bit earlier. It kind of bundles it by weight up to 5 pounds, and then it charges you accordingly. Yep, see, Molly, it tells you not to play the music in the background unless it's your personal, meaning you created it. There's even more. I'm not even, this is the really, it's not vague, it's very detailed, so people like think, oh, do it anyway. It says it in here. Permission to use your content. This is the part that most people don't know about. By making any user content available through the app, you hereby grant Whatnot a non-exclusive, royalty-free, fully transferable, perpetual, so they can use your content till the end of time, irrevocable, worldwide license to use, modify, adapt, reproduce, make derivative works of, publish and or transmit and or distribute, and to authorize other users and third parties to view, access, use, download, modify, adapt, reproduce, make derivative works of, publish and or transmit your user content in any format on any platform. Okay? Either now, known, or hereinafter, invented in connection with marketing, operation, providing, and improving the app. Okay? You further grant us a royalty-free license and permission to use your name, image, voice, and likeness to identify you as the source. This is like any company that you stream on. They did? Yeah, they used it. Yeah, you further grant us, Whatnot has the right to use on the app and in advertising and promotional material images, including photographic images of items being sold or that have been sold through the app. When you stream on the app as a seller, Whatnot may record and store a copy of your stream in accordance with applicable laws. By creating a stream, you hereby consent to your voice and likeness being recorded and stored by Whatnot for transactions and verifications and fraud prevention purposes. Whatnot, call me if you want to use it. I'll have to talk to you with my agent. Okay. Okay. I was totally kidding, but I was really serious. By posting user content to the app, you waive any and all rights to a privacy, publicly, and or other rights similar nature in connection with your user content or any portion thereof. So like somebody who's like a YouTuber and they've got a huge following and they come to the app, they could like negotiate some of that, I'm sure, for a fee. Yeah, so it just depends. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you. Everybody follow Millicent's too. Is an amazing person on the app. Are you selling? I feel like you're not selling. Let me look. No, you have stuff, but yeah, you have one show. Oh, November 30th. Possible future show. Possible. Okay, everybody bookmark Millicent's possible future show. Get some bookmarks in there. Yeah, please. Okay, so we're all good. We all understand, right? You put a show up because you were advertising everyone else. Yeah, get a show up, right? There you go. Key info. Yes. But, I mean, it wouldn't hurt your brand if Whatnot used a clip of you because you people would probably, they wouldn't advertise your name, but they might. So could that do good for your brand and your business on Whatnot? Absolutely. You share it on your social media. So, they don't do it for everybody, but there might be something where they clip it and put it in like their promotion at Christmas or holidays or Black Friday or whatever they decide to do. Um, yeah, you waive any rights. Da, 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 da. Okay, so now this part comes in the next. So basically, we know that you grant Whatnot a non-exclusive, royalty-free, meaning they could use it. You don't get a penny out of it. Your responsibility for user content. You are solely responsible for all your user content. You must comply with the standards described under going live on Whatnot, currently available at, and then there's a whole website for it, right? So it's not linkable, but you can highlight it. It's like Zendesk thing. Let's see if I can open it. Wait, that's not a funny. It's not, that link doesn't work anymore. Okay, I'll look at it later. Oh, going live as may be updated by Whatnot from time to time. You represent and warrant that you have and will have all rights that are necessary to grant us the license rights to your user content under these terms. You represent and warrant that neither your user consent nor your use of provision of your user content has been made available through the app, nor any use of your user content by Whatnot on or through the app will infringe, misappropriate, or violate a third party, this is the music part, third party's intellectual property rights or rights of publicly or privacy, or result in the violation of any applicable law. So a third party intellectual property right there. Okay, so if you don't know what that is, you probably need to learn. Not totally the music, but just in general. That could be like Disney stuff you're making, other people that own intellectual property rights. Okay. General, Whatnot's enforcement right. This is like a huge, like, yeah. All right, there you go. This is like this is their enforcement, general probate. You agree that you will not and will not encourage or enable another user or third party to. Okay, so post, upload, publish, submit, or transmit any user content that infringes, misappropriates, violates a third party's patent, copyright, trademark, trade secret, moral rights, or other intellectual property rights, or rights of publicly or privacy. There's a whole long thing here. Violates or encourages any conduct that would violate any applicable law or regulation or would give rise to civil liability, is fraudulent, false, misleading, or deceptive. And it goes on and on. Obscene, vulgar, offensive, pornographic, promotes discrimination, bigotry, racism, hatred. So that's it right here. So if you watch a stream and someone's like crazy in the stream and they're doing things and it's like, oh, you can't wait to go post it to Reddit because it's just unbelievable. You can't. It's in the terms. So, but it also is just showing you like all the different things that, no app wants it to look bad, but at the same token is you don't have the right to share that. You don't even have the right to screen record someone else and put on your YouTube channel. or your social media without consent to the person. And the last part is anything that's violent or threatening or promotes violence or actions that are threatening to any one person or entity or promotes illegal or harmful activities or substances. You agree that you will not encourage or enable another user or third party to, and it was all of that. Yeah. Here's the next one. Okay. And whether someone does stuff like this on the app, it's not the place to drop a name. I just want to remind you guys. Sell stolen items, items taken without authorization or otherwise illegally obtained items, right? Use the app for any unlawful purpose or for the promotion of illegal activities. Use the app to or to attempt to harass, abuse, or harm another person or group. Provide others with access to use your account unless you have granted them permission to use it. So that's other people that like let people come on and stream on their account. But if you've given them permission, right, you can do that. And as long as it doesn't violate any of the terms. Access or use of the account of anyone other than the user unless that user has granted special permission. Okay, we just read that. Provide false or inaccurate information in the app or in your account, including making any false representations with respect to items and whether used in the app for personal, family, or household purposes or for business purposes. Impersonate or misrepresent your affiliation with any person or entity. Use the app for purposes of exploiting, harming, or attempted to exploit or harm minors in any way. Make any automated use of the app or take any action deemed to impose or to potentially impose an unreasonable large load on the app, like bots, okay? Okay, this is also important too, that I don't think people realize it when they take screenshots. But again, like of like Whatnot's terms, because technically we're not supposed to put those screens on there because it's copywritten material from Whatnot. I don't know if people realize that it's copywritten. It's owned by Whatnot. So like if people take a screenshot that says, no spamming shows and they put it in the auction tab, you can't do that. I know, because Whatnot may, at their discretion, do something about it. Yeah. And they'll never tell us just because of privacy. And that's, again, a lot of companies. Use any manual processes to monitor or copy any of the material on the app or for any other unauthorized purpose without our prior written consent. Okay? Except as expressly provided herein, copy, adapt, modify, create derivative works of, distribute, sell, sublicense, rent, or lease any part of the app or materials we provide as part of the app. Attempt to decipher. Hold on, I want to read this. Oh, this is all about source code. Copy basically the code. Use any software, technology, or device to scrape, spider, or crawl the app, or harvest or manipulate data. It's all kind of the same. Introduce any viruses and so on to the app. Bypass any measure we take to restrict access to the app. So say you get your account banned, right? But your good friend DArchivist says, oh, I'll co-host you. You could sell on my account. So what that does, if you do something like that, it puts your account in jeopardy. So don't do that. I've seen sellers get in trouble for that. I knew someone on the app that got suspended, and then she went on her friend's, and her friend got suspended. So then they both went on someone else's, and they got suspended as well for like 3 days. So they do stuff. They have to put it in writing. It's, releases them a liability, and that's rules. And then somebody could say, oh, I didn't know the rules. Right. And then they go, well, it's in our terms, which is what you agreed to. But again, at their sole discretion, they may enforce it. Right. Oh, what did the corporate goth say? Oh, that sucks. Nothing happens. That's not good, corporate goth. I'm sorry. Yeah, not okay. Use of the app to solicit sales outside of the app. So no outside sales. It's like me saying, you could find, I could say this. This is D. I have the same name on all platforms, right? But I can't say, I go by D_archivist, but I only sell on eBay. Go check my store out. Okay. You know what I mean? You can't do that. I'm not doing that. I'm just explaining an example. I don't even sell there. But you can't do that, or send a message, a link to your store or whatever. Use the app to solicit sales outside the app, or to send any unsolicited or unauthorized advertising, promotional materials, email, junk mail, spam chain letters, or other form of solicitation. So if you get your email address, I guess you can't do that. Violate any law, regulation, or sanctions program, basically the Treasury Department. Fabricate in any way any transaction or process, place fraudulent or misleading bids or offers, disguise or interfere in any way the IP address of your computer, use the app for benchmarking or competitive analysis with respect. This is just all like products and tech. And then the last one, transmit, exchange, or otherwise support the direct or indirect proceeds of unlawful or fraudulent activity, including but not limited to money laundering, terrorist financing. Wow, yeah, a lot. Whatnot is not obligated to monitor access to or use the app, or to review or edit any content. However, we have the right to do so for the purpose of operating the app, to ensure compliance within these terms, and to comply with applicable law or other legal requirements. We reserve the right, but are not obligated, to remove or disable access to any content, including user content, as defined below, at any time without notice, including but not limited to, if we, at our sole discretion, consider it objectionable or in violation of these terms. We have the right to investigate violations of these terms or conduct that affects the app. It's a lot, right? A seller included in my Whatnot package a coupon for their store on the bay. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, so somebody mailed me in my order a postcard, and it was QR codes for all their stores. You cannot do that. That's actually a violation in terms. But if you had a website, you could do that, right? Because I don't sell anything on my website, but it has like a lot of Whatnot stuff on it. So I could just have that, because then, I'm not really soliciting outside sales, but like I'm pushing you to eBay or another commerce site. Yep. People do that. I have a postcard right here that somebody put, hold on, I won't show it. I used to get a lot of them, but you're not allowed to do that. That's in the original, like, yeah. Most people probably don't know that. Yeah, I was going to ask, because I was going to switch my name to darchivist.com, actually. Yeah, the website's not an issue. It's when you actually come to ilovediscounts.com, we sell there, right? Yeah, because I always advertise darchivist.com because I have a lot of information on there that's just info. I don't actually sell any products on it, but I have like information, like product info. You think so? But that's your business name, no? Yeah, I'm sure it isn't an issue. I mean, I guess have an idea in the background and then not worry about it until if it's brought up. But if if I change my name to darchivist.com, they're just going to call me Dear again. Yeah, that's what I got. Okay. Okay, then there's legal compliance, user legal compliance and interactions and disputes with other users. Oh, yeah, I'm going to read this one. Legal compliance. Users must comply with all applicable laws when using the app, which may include licensing, business registration, and other similar requirements and obligations. It is solely the responsibility of each user and not of Whatnot to determine which laws are applicable to them and ensure that they are in compliance with such laws and that they have all necessary rights and licenses to use the app, including buying and selling items. Because so there was a while there where people needed to be auctioneers and they didn't have an auctioneer's license. So some people had to go to school. Some people state didn't require it. And then, when one person finds out, then everybody like kind of panics until they find out and then they take care of it. So Whatnot's not responsible for that. You are. And you could say, oh, I don't know. Well, you should know. You got to look it up and find out. You acknowledge and agree that the use, listing, auctioning, purchase, distribution, promotion, advertising, and sale of certain items are subject to federal, okay, state or local regulations, including but not limited to firearms, knives, recalled products, children's products, alcoholic beverages, cannabis, tobacco, food and drug products, medical devices, cosmetics and natural health products, coins and currency. You expressly represent that you shall comply with all applicable. So those items probably have some kind of rule or they're not allowed. Okay. It depends on the state, though. I think it depends on the state. No, because it's still an auction. Some states got some weird rules. I don't need that here, not in California. It's suggested, but it's not required, like recommended. Well, the eBay can get around it, but I'll tell you what, they're not responsible. I bet if you read their terms, they would say the same thing. It's the responsibility of the seller, not the company, because they aren't going to cover you. And eventually, if somebody needed to have, because they don't have sudden death over there. So if they try to get around it, they're not going to come after the company. They're going to come after the seller. The seller is going to be responsible for it. And again, it depends on the state. I think there's only I forgot how many states it was. Not a ton. Honestly, I don't know. We're just talking about Whatnot right now. So eBay isn't relevant for this conversation because I don't know what their terms and conditions are. And we're selling on Whatnot. Yeah. Oh, sudden death. Gotcha. Yeah. So I'd rather stay focused on Whatnot because it would be disrespectful to talk about other platforms. And we're talking about Whatnot. Yeah. So I'd rather skip that because I don't, again, it would be very rude to talk about other platforms on Whatnot, even though it's my time. It's just the right thing to do. And I know you guys understand that, and I get I appreciate you sharing that information. But I'm pretty sure I will elaborate on this. Years ago, you used to give your phone number, you used to share your website, your email in the messages over there. They've since blocked any of that information, so that should answer your question, Millicent. They do not allow that. You can't say, hey, guess what, guys, and have, all your buyers message them and go, I'm on Whatnot now. I'm on Whatnot now. Here's a link. No, it ain't going to happen. You could, but then you could get your account suspended or banned. I'm pretty sure. All the legal stuff is like users. Okay, we went all the way down to here. Well, Whatnot requires its users to comply with applicable law. Whatnot is not obligated to verify or ensure such compliance, and we do not guarantee that the app complies with applicable law. Users will be in compliance with applicable laws while using the app, or transactions will comply with applicable laws. Okay, B, interactions. Oh, okay. With and disputes with other users. Pay close attention. Well, Whatnot requires its users to comply with applicable law and provide correct and accurate information about themselves that are not misleading. Whatnot is not obligated to verify any such information or conduct background checks. You agree to use caution in all interactions with other users of the app, whether on the app, outside the app, or in person, including as part of the utilizing the free pickup services, such as not sharing your financial information. Hold on. I don't want to cough in the mic. Not sharing your financial information or sending money directly to other users, protecting your personal information and reporting all suspicious or inappropriate behavior or any other concerns through the user reporting tool in the app and or by contacting us using our help page. Any dispute that arises between you and another user, each a user dispute, is to be resolved by you and the user. Like we're grown-ups, right? If there's an issue, talk about it amongst the two of you. Then there's a whole claim about Quebec and different things, so I'm skipping that. Third-party websites or resources. I'm skipping that. Termination. We may suspend or terminate your access to use the app, including suspending access and or terminating the account at our sole discretion and blah, yada, yada. All the things we've talked about, it's going to be there. Okay, now number 17. DMCA copyright policy. This is like the end of it, okay? Whatnot respects the intellectual property rights of others and expects its users to do the same. It is Whatnot's policy in appropriate circumstances and at its discretion to terminate the accounts of users who repeatedly infringe the copyrights of others. In accordance with the Digital Millennium Copyright Act of 1998, the text of which may be found in the U.S. Copyright Office information, Whatnot will respond to claims of copyright infringement committed using the app that are reported to Whatnot's designated copyright agent, identified in the example service notice below. If you are a copyright owner or are authorized to act on behalf of one authorized to act under any exclusive right under copyright, please report alleged copyright infringement. So basically, this is all the digital. You guys understand all this so far? We're almost at the end. Whatnot will take whatever action at sole discretion it deems appropriate, including removal of the challenge material from the app. Okay. DMCA notice of alleged infringement. 1, identify the copyrighted work. So basically you can write them and tell them, hey, D was playing music on her stream, and you have to like provide the date, the time, and all the information. And anything that's a copyright infringement. It just goes into like what information you need to send, and then that's it. It gets sent to like a copyright agent in San Francisco for Whatnot. And then there's an email address, copyright@whatnot.com. And then there's a whole long thing about warranty disclaimers, limitation of liability. I'm not going to read all this. Arbitration, indemnification, governing law, SMS messages, SIM swap, Whatnot promotion guidelines. That's a whole long thing. I'm not going to get into that. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that was not that long, actually. I cut out some of it because there's so many little different policies that people have to read on their own. But that's just like the summary of it. I mean, I read it, but I cut out some of it. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you guys feel like better about it, or do you feel like, holy shit, I had no clue that was against the rules? Or, but as you can tell from the document, it's legal. It's from the legal team. It gets updated every now and then, and it gets changed because someone screwed up on the app, and maybe they need the rules to change. This doesn't even cover all the rules. This is just the terms. What's it, Tony? I know I said the wrong word. S&M. It's sim. How are you? You know what? I'm going to challenge you, Red Brick Cottage, to go to help.whatnot.com. I think that's where it's at for silent auctions. Yeah, so technically silent auctions are allowed. It's when somebody leaves the computer and then just leaves their bin on, and they're not responding in the chat. They have to be there. That would be against terms. But if they're there, they're not talking, they're not on camera, they have a sign that says shop the bin, and then, oh, there's lots of people doing it. Because one person restarted. It's not the first time I've seen it. I've seen tons of them. I did one the other night messing around. I lasted 30 minutes. Yeah. The ones that are a dead stream, there's you can report them. They're gonna get a warning, and then who knows what happens because they don't tell you. Yeah, I in the past I reported them. If I happen to see it, but I'm just not. Well, and that's just another example, like when you raid into a show to check them out. I raided one, it was one of those scammer shows, the fake ones, to show people what to look for. I did raid one silent show, but they were active. Yeah, Foster Friends was doing it, and it was great. Yeah, so all the info about that is in a totally different document. You ignore it unless it's something like, yeah, fair. I went into somebody's show the other day and they had like a little candle on a table. Nobody was there, but they had the camera on. And then I was like, they had a really great buy it now, but the lights were all off. So I was like, oh, they went to bed. And I asked a question and they responded. So I was like, oh, I thought they were not going to be there. Yeah. Yeah, I did a silent auction and I put a sign up. And then I just had the mic off. It feels like pandemic era TikTok. The other thing is we have to take into consideration is maybe somebody who is deaf, is deaf mute, can't speak. They can't have a show like we're having, right? So it's harder. It's more challenging for them. So, give somebody 10 minutes because you don't know their situation. Don't just randomly report people. We got other stuff to do. We got people doing worse things on the app than somebody having a silent show. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt you. Some people like silence too. But just give them like 10 minutes. Maybe they went to the bathroom. Maybe they went to get inventory. Maybe, there's somebody doing it right. They're doing like a 12-hour show and they're there. Yeah. What's up, Bubblehead? Hey, Bubble Bead. I always say Bubblehead, you know that. Hello, Carolina. I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you doing? Yeah, I do too. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me, it doesn't hurt whatnot. But people need to, don't start a show and then go to bed and leave your camera rolling. Yeah, it is a great idea. I've done them in the past, like way long time ago. But there was a seller on here, a guy, and he used to do those silent shows. Yeah, well, that's against the terms. So, there's a few that do that. But eventually they'll get reported. And also, people don't want to shop in that. They like the whole entertainment, they like the conversation. Um, but they get discouraged too, those sellers. That's why they do those shows thinking. But there is one person I see, and then she doesn't talk, I don't think. She writes in the chat. And she's selling 20 or 30 items, 50, 60 items. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I did see her doing it one day and I was like, she has free shipping. Oh my gosh. And then I looked at her buy now and everything was like cheap. Everything was kind of cheap. I was like, oh no. I've learned this community for the most part are rule followers. Yeah, we are. The one I've been here for 3 years and like, you know, what's up, Samantha? How you doing? Yeah, they got the issue resolved. You're 7? Okay. Is that like 6, 7? Am I doing it right? Yeah. I don't know. We just follow the rules. We want to stay on the app, and it's long term. It's not get rich quick. Yeah. Yeah, it is a great idea. You try it. Just, I tried it the other night. I just turned I did this. Watch. Here we go. We'll do one right now. I'll give you an example. And that's how you kind of do a flash sale. You talk. That's how you do a silent show appropriately. But like, um, you know, you could put a sign like this, okay? Right? You could do a sign like that. You don't have to be on camera, or you have a table full of beautiful stuff. You could absolutely do. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. Um, it's when they leave and they're not on camera. I don't have to be on camera, but I have to show my stuff, and then, people can look, load the bin. But again, there's a lot of people that can't speak. Oh, you left for a minute? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. So this is I have like a ring light right here with blue light. That's why I'm lit from underneath. So it pushes the light up at me, and then I have a little camera like my Instago 360, and then I could put like, I sold these cards earlier. I can put a card, my thrift shop card. Yep, or I can run stuff there. Piece of cake. But it's like a teal color, but because the light is that color, it changes it to more of a blue. Um, so that's the silent show. Let's see if I missed any of the chat. Hold on. You think a wife came up with the idea, huh? Probably. You could totally see that if you're individual. There's also folks that they actually are anxious, nervous. And then the other thing, obviously, you don't have to be face forward at all, because there are people that are in situations that they need to make some money and they can't show their face. Okay? Certain relationships that they need to get out of to escape. Um, yeah, I don't know, honey. I must have won a giveaway. Exactly. Your BF ordered her cards from Darren. Oh, she did? Oh, nice. Um, Carolina, you can send me a message, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be really honest about it. Okay. So I don't mind, but here's what I do mind. If you have a conflict with like another seller and there's drama, I don't want those kind of messages. But if you have a genuine like whatnot, I need help thing, no problem. Yeah, I'm putting on the brakes for healthy boundaries, healthy information. Just because. Yeah, and no problem there. You don't have to explain anything. But I don't know when I'll be able to write back to you. You got your Christmas one, Jess? Oh, you did? Oh, I think this thing is loose. I gotta tighten it. Yeah. Oh, isn't it great? The cards are so much fun. I got my third one. I kind of want to get a fourth one, but we'll see. I need to probably run mine. Yeah. So that was the terms, you guys. Oh, thank you, buds. I got a comment on YouTube. You are hilarious. You must have saw me with the tape over my mouth, right? Yeah. No, it's been there. That's been there. That's been there for a long while. Yeah, it's like when you can't wait to order yours. Yeah, you get some money for it. That's right, you will. They're a lot of fun. Okay, I'm gonna close the terms, and I'm gonna fix one thing real quick. Yeah, it does cost. It costs more money because well, she got the version 2 card. My version 1 card has the thrift shop logo really big on the back. But the new one, I didn't get it. I didn't buy a sticker. I was going to, but I'm not. It's because it has a lot of space on it. People can autograph the back or the front. That's my card number 3. It's the little body parts in the jar. It came out good. Darren did a good job. Yeah, I got to think of what my other one. I kind of know what I want my other one. Yeah, I just need to photograph them and put them in. I haven't done that yet, but I will. I think I've sold like 5 or 6 of them. They're a lot of fun. Like I said, he did a really, really, really great job. You guys, that was 3 hours and 20 minutes I've been streaming. I should have did a silent show, huh? It was fun to read the terms. I like to read the terms every now and then to remind me that. Okay, no problem. I appreciate that. You didn't have to explain it. It's fine. Yeah. That's just my rule because I do get some of that stuff from people because, they trust me. I don't share that with anybody, but they trust me because they want some advice. And I just decided I'm going to step away from that kind of stuff. Let's go. Yo, yo, yo. Tiny, how are you doing? Yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to get to it. I'll try probably tomorrow afternoon or something. If I look at it tonight, I'll reply to you. Yeah. Yeah, tonight I'm just selling from the bin. I was running some flash sales, but we were talking tonight. Why do you like and don't like about the cards? This is for everyone. We get asked a lot for them, but what's the point? Like, what's the point for having the cards? Is that the main question, right? It will be on YouTube, yes. Okay, so for me, it's kind of fun. I'm a card collector, and it's a great way to promote and market yourself for fun. Plus, the people that watch you that are loyal to you become sort of like fans, friends. And why wouldn't they want to collect your card? Right? So you can make a little money off the card, and the money can fund your next card. So, like, here's my card, 100 out of 100. Okay. It's just fun. Is there anything I don't like about the card? Not at all. I love everything about it. I think it's so cool. I love everything about it because at that time, I didn't look like that, but I had pink hair, right? I didn't have a square jawline like that. Yeah. So it's more of a marketing piece. It's a tax write-off, right? It's advertisement for my business and my brand. So I think it's fun. It's a conversation piece. I think people like that fun side of it. It's totally a marketing tool. I've already sold 100 of the cards at $10 a piece and up. And I'm grateful and thankful for the people that bid it up. My first few cards went for $60 and $75 for a card. I'm just a regular person, but they wanted to have that first card. So it was all about supply and demand. Like, I was running 3 that show or 4. I think I ran 4 in that show. So I just run them. They're only available right now in my shows because I want the people who come to the shows to be able to have the opportunity to get them. But now on the app, and these are just other sellers' cards, and I have a whole other stack I'm waiting to get here. I'm waiting for Darren's to get here. They'll be here in a couple of weeks. Like, I have a Reworker's Passion. Her card is right here. Shablam. I mean, look how fun. I want to collect them all. It's going to cost me a small fortune. Murphy's Coffee. That Shablam is Ho to the Mo's. Look, Cherry Bombs is cool. Here's Hodge and Ho. Now, a lot of my cards are signed. Did she not sign? She didn't sign that one. But I got Michelle's Deals. Okay, she signed it. A lot of them are signed. I have to get those signed. Craig. You could only get this if you bought Craig's cookies. Hodge's Ghost. Amy Perrin. Bonnie Brickle, our friend, the Insomniac. These are dupes. I actually bought a couple. The Sassy Vintage Chick. Bored to Thrift. Look how nice. Yeah, and also, there, look what Millicent said. Cards go places you can't go. Discussions about you without you need to be in the room. Yep. Did you want to, you're trying to figure out if it's worth it you to buy the card? Put it this way, your top buyers are going to want the card just for fun because it's of you. Yep. And some people are like, I didn't know you had a card. I need to get your card. Put it in your buy it now. Here's Philly Flipper. I just got his card. Ho to the Mo. I know you can't see him because I have that ring light in there. Gorgeous George. George's Finds. Moxie on. Oh, I guess I should have put the thing. Hold on. Okay, let me turn this off. Let me put it in a regular. There. A little bit white light. Live in Bliss Vintage. Look at that card. That's a great card. The Hodgepodge Place. This is for Darren's card, by the way. His and Her Shop, Chicago. Look at their card. How cool. S Fish, Sean. Quintessential Finds. And I guess that's it right now. The other stack, I don't know where it is. I have another stack of like 30 more cards. And then I probably have about 25 that are on the way. And then I have one here that's a damaged. A seller didn't really pack their card like they should have, and it got bent. Yeah. Lasts much longer than stickers. Well, it's a different kind of card. Yeah. But see, like, it was mostly, I think, Darren created it to create community. Yeah, and we support each other, you know? Absolutely. Good morning, Christy Boobs. How are you doing? I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really good. Please hold. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, I think it's a great way to just connect and network. And then, you know, sometimes you're in people's shows too, besides it being a marketing tool for your business, it's a marketing and promoting tool on other people's shows. So when I was in like Philly Flipper's show the other day, he's like, "Hey D, don't you have a card too?" Yeah, and guess what? Someone came to my show, 2 people from that show, and came in and bought my card. They did a pre-bid. Yeah, support community. We're also building a micro economy inside the app. That right there. 100% right there. It's sellers helping sellers, you know? And it's really, it's just, I don't know, it's fun. I have people that have bought it. Who bought my card that's not a collector in here? A lot of people. And I've sold, like I said, maybe 100, a little bit over 100 of them. Looks like you need a card. Do you want to run a card? Do I have any cards in the thing? They are really cute, actually. Let me see, because I had an issue with the... Oh, I did. I gotta duplicate them. Let me see. Oh, they go to inactive tab. The dupes. Oh, people can make their own cards. Yeah, it's just what it's gonna be. Oh, you guys were in his were you in Darren? Were you live when it crashed? Or you were in later on? Okay, let me see. I think this is going to be it right here. Add to show. Let me just add it to this show. You got hit with the second wave. Okay. So what time were you on? Like 5 or 3? Well, it's not that's not your time. You were on like 1 p.m. or something, huh? Yeah, Darren did a really good job. 2-ish. Okay. He did a really good job for sure capturing the personalities. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Oh, I have the other card in there too. I guess I just didn't realize it. Okay, I'll run a few of my cards. I don't mind. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Okay. That's cool. Okay, let me see if it went in here. I think I just didn't see it because it was like an auction item. Oh, okay, I have them in there. Okay, I'll run. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it, and then I don't know what the next number is right now. I think it's 47. I'll try because I can go quick because I didn't realize what time it was. Oh, these I'm almost out of for sure. And then whatever number's on the thing, you'll get that number. So I'll do the regular card. I'll do number 51. I like to edit them so then it's on the packing list, right? And then it's exactly the card you get. A 22nd one, those are gone. Those were sold. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on number because I pre-labeled them, so I'm on number 51. So I'll run it, and if you want that. On the other one, I'm on number 37. I know. Yeah, let's see. So this one's, why did it update? Oh, I guess it did. Okay, this will be card number 51, as shown right here. Let me take this off. So that's card 51 if you want to get it. Let me get rid of my big silent show stickers. I'll save them for my next one. There you go. BBA, Rochelle, thank you so much for your purchase. You got card number 51. Did I say I bought a couple of dupe cards? Explain what you mean. No, I didn't say that. I said people can make dupe cards if they want to. Cards, that's not like it's it's these kind of cards similar. I mean, people have made them. Yeah. Yay, 51. That's gonna come to you. No, I mean, but I don't think there's a dupe card like per se of like this design, but I've seen similar ones, if that makes sense. Okay, this is gonna be number 50. I take it back. No, they gave me a dupe card, or one of them I accidentally bought 2 of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking I misunderstood what you were saying there. I apologize. Yeah, I did. Like Hodgepodge sent me like 2 of each of her card because I bought and tipped her. Yeah. Okay, this is card 55 if anybody wants to get in. It's running right now. Never any pressure for that, but I run it for like 10 seconds if you want, and I'll run the silver card too. Yeah. And I just try to keep them in the order that and then I also have the baby head one. Yeah, this one I only have, oh, there's like 40 in there. Because some I've given away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where I misunderstood it. Yeah, I bought 2 of the same card. Okay, I guess this is number 37 of this one. This is the other design. This only goes to 75. Technically, it's supposed to be 50, but we all know about what happened. Okay. 37. And some of them I'm actually going to, at a later date, use for giveaway. So I'm going to run this one. This is 36 out of, wait, what is going on? Whatnot. Okay, this is number 37. This is the Insomniac Club card. So this one's running right now. You want to get in on it? You could swipe it, make it yours. If not, no worries at all. Yeah, the cards are fun. And then I'll run, oh, what number am I on this one? Did I number any? Oh, I did. Okay. So this one, I got number 22. I think it's number 16. I don't even know. No, 17, 19, 26, 16, 15, 13, 11, 24, 20, 18, 14, 12, 27. Yeah, so 12. 12 out of 100. So let me run this one. Yeah. And that one's running right now. I love the baby one. This one, I mean, they're all kind of my favorite for different reasons, but I really like the baby head one. It's de-archivist. Yeah, it's good. He did good. And then the back of this one has a lot of space up here, but it has all the info at the bottom. Yeah, they're pretty good. I really like the cards. It's been fun to collect all the other folks. Yeah. And then all of mine, actually, I was giving a sticker with them, one of my Insomniac stickers. So I have some for this round. I have to make some more. He is doing great work. Yeah, it really looks good. Yeah, I did. I bought a lot of cards. I think I have 82 now. So basically, me selling my cards actually makes money, but it also goes back into the community and it supports other sellers selling their cards. It's paying for, so we're pretty much transferring the money around, which is creating the micro economy here. That, which is awesome. Yeah, it just floats it around. We all support each other. You know, Hodge came to my show the other day. She bought my card. Yep, I think that's awesome. Now that's how it works, right? So why wouldn't you want to collect all the cards? What's cool is a lot of the sellers have signed their cards. You know, oh, I did miss some. No, Michelle's cards, I don't know where I put it. You know, everybody wrote a message, signed it. Crab-free certified. How come I didn't read that before? Molly. You know, Philly, Paul signed his, Hoda the Mo. Everybody, most of mine I wanted autographed. I have to buy another Moxiana card. Live in Bliss. I got number 10 out of 100 of hers. Do you see this card? Hers is only available, okay? Only available in her show. Okay, another one signed. Tony and Shanna signed theirs. Look, oh, S-Fitch has a sticker. How cute. He signed his too. Only like 3 people forgot to sign it because I didn't send a message. Thank you very much. Yeah, get to bed. Michelle signed hers on the front. Miss Vivian signed hers. Oh, you guys didn't even see these. There's Michelle's. Let me unpin this and you guys could see the other ones. You know, some people just want to like, you know, collect like their favorite seller or all of them, right? Michelle, Miss Vivian's is really nice. I kind of have this dumb ring light on because it was for the Doorables or not, it was reflective. George's 2 dogs, Pedro and Pascal. They have a footprint, a paw print. Philly Flipper's dog, Sky. Hodge's eggplant. I think I went through all the ones I do have. Wait, what are these? I need to get Kenny's. Casey's. How did you get them made? Thriftworks. Right over here. I'll tag him. Right there. It's just really fun. Again, Eggplant being number 69. That's right. No, I love the cards. But I'm a collector. I mean, some of the cards, in streams, on average. SNS, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Yeah, how many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 52 right here. So I have like 32 in the mail. So I'm just waiting for them. Plus I have, oh yeah, plus with Thriftworks in there. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. How was your show, SNS? Rocking it. I love Millicent. Let's drop some hearts for Millicent. Volunteering their time, but excellent modding. Look what they wrote. She wrote look, SNS Creative Recycling is rocking a perfect 5.0 rating and a 2-day shipping. Thank you for the raid. That's really fantastic. I love that. I do. I do too. Yeah. But that's really good, when you do stuff like that because it stands out. So thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, it really stands out. The lights are going out now. Just like that. Yeah, see? Now it's just me. Thank you, Millicent. I appreciate you. Turning off my, oh, it's hot. Thank you. Oh, you did? Yeah, because you were in here for a little bit. You're welcome. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. I know you can raid anywhere, even if you make a mistake and press a button and start a show. Yeah. That's when you go create a clip of your reaction when you go, whoops, shit, I just accidentally started a show. And then you post it on your social media because that'll make people crack up and relate. That would be a great clip. I know. I hope you didn't lose. You could restart your show. Oh, you raided. You can't. You might not be able to because when you raid, you can't restart a show anymore. Go try. Go see if you can restart it. You got to go on desktop though. Yeah, you just go in and restart and then it lets you edit the date and time. But if you raid somebody, it doesn't work. It used to. Oh, you did? Did it let you do it? You won't lose your bookmarks. Oh, he's sleeping. Oh. Was he snoring on the thing? I have a dream all the time. I always have the horror feeling that I'm gonna go live while I'm sleeping. But I don't take the phone in bed. As long as so it still works because the other day we tested it, didn't work. But you were able to do it. Oh, good. Yeah, I don't bring my phone in bed. Because the other day I went on TikTok live. Yeah, in my sleep. What's up, Ashley? How are you doing? Are you still on YouTube? We are all in bed with you right now. I literally hear that from everybody on here. Yeah, D, I fell asleep on your face. Okay. Not weird. It's okay. But it's not, I never take it like in a weird way, right? I just crack up because it's so late and people fall asleep. Yeah. Especially when I use this microphone and I talk into it because the sound is like in both ears of your headphones, right? All right, you guys. I'm gonna raid out of here. Oh, you have? The sun's coming up. Well, I'm going to be on for coffee talk. I'm going to think about what I want to talk about. So we read the terms tonight. If you want to rewatch this, it's on YouTube. Okay. If you buy any time you don't want to go to YouTube, if you buy anything in my shop, you get access to the entire replay. Okay. So you could buy stickers, you could buy a card. Whoever made a purchase tonight, you actually get to rewatch this whole thing if you want to. But it will be up on YouTube. So yeah. But tomorrow's won't be up on YouTube because I'm going to start making them for members only on YouTube. Yeah, so you want to be there. If you want to do a replay, you have to come in and buy something in the stream. Yep. Okay, let me see who's on, and then we're going to do a raid because I'm going to go to bed for a few hours, but I'll be back on at 9:23 this morning Pacific time. YouTube, thank you guys. And let me just peek to see who's on. I always usually find somebody but I didn't look for this time. So if they're live, then I'll usually. But I'm going to try to find somebody new that I haven't. I don't think I rated these guys. Yeah, I always try to find somebody new. I know. You can't go on now. Your husband's sleeping, you said, right? Wait, is she? Wait, I don't think that's our friend. No. I know. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to pick someone right now. We're going to create a raid. I'm going to do it down here on my phone. I want to see, first of all, who's out. Last night we raided Peekadille, and then Wonder Wagon not that long ago. Trying to find somebody kind of new. Let's see what it says for new sellers. Well, I try to look at, see if, I think I've rated them. Let's see. Are they brand new? What's their name? Yeah, I always, my biggest thing is I want to see their ship time. Their ship time. Oh, I know her. She is. Yeah, she's a good seller. But she has 100 people in there. So I try to find someone else that doesn't have as many, but she's a really good seller. Let me just see. This person, okay, let's see how many her ship time. I think she's new. Yeah, thank you for that suggestion. I appreciate it. Yeah, I always try to find someone either brand new or that they don't have many people in their room. Almost got somebody. Now they did go off. Okay. There's a lot of people on right now. It's wild. Oh, there's a silent show. Let me check it out. I'm going to see if it's actually a silent show that is there so you guys could see how you do an actual silent show. Let's see. I'm going to see. They haven't responded, but then maybe they went to the bathroom. No, they didn't respond. Okay. There's so many new sellers I don't even know, but they're all cards, sports cards, a lot of Pokemon. All right, friends, we ready? I got someone here. I just want to make sure they're okay in their stream. Okay, we're gonna raid this person. They're new to me. They're selling like ephemera, it looks like, and like vintage, born ready. They're not brand new to the app, but they look like they're just doing like estate sales storage stuff. So I don't know the seller. They do have good shipping, less than 1 day, 5.0 review, sold 2,000 items, and they've got 280 reviews. So it's Kenny G. Kenny G. He put some saxophones in the, no, they probably won't even know who Kenny G is. Put some saxophones in the chat when we raid. Kenny G 1026. So you met him the other night? Awesome. You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. It was a lot of fun. It was really a nice chat. It was like the old days kind of chat. I hope you learned something that will help you with the terms and conditions and you weren't confused, because it's a lot. So you can, I hope you, if you need to replay it, you can go to YouTube and same name. All right, friends, thank you so much. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in a couple hours. I'll see you in like 6 hours. I'll try to be on time. And I don't know what I'm talking about today. I kind of know. All right.